and welcome to the Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse Shopping Network. Shipping Goblin Bob here is going to tell you all about our new Platinum Edition. It's my favorite.
Thanks, George. Friends, are you tired of putting a cat, a flask of poison, and a source of radiation into a sealed box and having to settle for a cat that's dead or alive? Well, Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse has the product for you. Introducing the Schrodinger's Cat Platinum Edition. With the Schrodinger's Platinum Box, you can have both versions of your pet at the same time. Free yourself from objective collapse and enjoy a cat that simultaneously exists in two decoherent realities. It's time for atomic indeterminacy to enter the macroscopic domain. It's time for Schrodinger's Cat Platinum Edition.
Yeah. She's totally dead. But totally alive.
Only from Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse. Simultaneously available and sold out now.
Good evening, welcome. It is Friday. I am in the top left-hand corner of your screen, so that can only be one thing that we've played.
Right there.
I'm up here, not down there where I normally am. Yeah. So that can only mean one thing, and we will be playing Starfinder this evening. And Dave will be a player rather than a GM, so the power is entirely in my hands. Until he tells me off at the end of the stream.
Except for the looming threat of TPK next Thursday.
Penultimate Thursday, next Thursday, isn't it? So there's the build-up to looming TPK, then actual TPK. So first of all, a big thank you to our guests this evening, Clint Bowman from Ardent Roleplay. It is very, very early for Clint. I think it's just ticked over 6 o'clock. The sun might be up, I'm not sure.
No, long way off.
So a big thank you for being our guest tonight. It was short notice as well, so much appreciated.
My pleasure.
So Clint is community manager at Ardent Roleplay. We have had Ardent Roleplay on previously with Dr. Ralph. Dr. Ralph was on our Pathfinder stream, and also was on our Christmas episode as well. So Ardent, for those of you that don't know, produce an augmented reality app for your tabletop. So it's like a series of cards that you can put out, and then using your smart device, you can see the 3D models that exist within their database. Great interactivity for tabletop. At some point when we all come out of lockdown and go back to Physics Planet tables, really looking forward to giving it a shot because it's got that wow factor. We will be talking to Clint during the break, so if you do have any questions, put them in chat, and one of the players will post them my way. So we will ask questions to Clint at our halftime break. The person that posts the best question, as judged by Clint, will be awarded with a giveaway this week, which will be a Bezo PDF, and we will also be giving away an Ardent Roleplay freebie as well, and I'll talk about more on that when we get to the break. So moving on, big thank you of course to Beetle and Grimm, who sponsor this channel and allow us to do all of the things we do, such as this show on a Friday evening. We also have our Avernus stream regularly on a Saturday night, so tomorrow evening Joe will be taking his players back to hell again. I think it's episode 5 they're on now. On Sunday you will see, well not this Sunday because it's not on this Sunday I don't think, but on Sunday normally you will see Will starring in the War Badger stream, where 3 men and 3 paintbrushes try and deliver an army of shame to a tournament that's coming up at the end of this year.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You can join us on our ineptitudes.
So that's on Sunday. On Monday next week we're not streaming, but in 3 weeks' time we will have another special. So if you tuned in this Monday just gone, we had the special on eyes with Leia from Sorcerer's Sundries. That was a really good learning experience on painting eyes specifically.
That's awesome.
She's and she posted in Twitter what her final finished product looked like, and it looked amazing. It really did look amazing in the photographs that she sent. So much so that I took a toothbrush to the one that I did on stream so I could put it again.
But you know why it looked amazing though, Steve, don't you?
Because she might have copied off of you by any chance, or inspired by Dave.
Inspired.
That sounds
Not
like a
only
cologne you'd buy at the
am I an
airport.
amateur painter, but I managed to inspire a professional
You're a
artist
muse.
to copy what I did, which is brilliant. How does that happen in the real world? I don't know, but it happened.
But they did look awesome. I mean, I was happy with what I'd done, but when I saw Laz, it was I've got to do that again and try and capture the way she got the expression. So it was an excellent show. Our next special is something that I'm really looking forward to. I'm not going to talk about what it is because I'll get told off at the end of the stream. But it will be coming out on our Discord and social. So please stay tuned for that. Thursday is our penultimate Pathfinder session, so this is the build-up to the final fight with the big bad Karzog. So please tune in for that while we attempt to plan for the
If
final
all else
fight.
fails, turn the enemy into a penguin and throw it off a cliff.
Yeah.
That is the way I'm going to live my life from now on.
Hey, that works.
That's a good philosophy. That is a good philosophy.
It won't work again, but it worked.
I know it won't work again. There won't be a cliff to fling it off of.
What are these penguins you speak of?
Throw it into a wall and it bounces back.
And
Smacks me in the face.
I've managed to completely skip over the fact that I'm also streaming on Wednesday, which is great because it's me that's doing it as well. So on Wednesday we'll be doing a Q&A session with Matthias Lilia from Free League, and we will be talking with him about Coriolis. Which I'm very excited about. So, Coriolis is another sci-fi role-playing game based on their Mutant Year Zero mechanic with D6 engine. Really looking forward to that. Love the stories, the feel of the book, the rules, some of the philosophy behind it. So we'll get the chance to talk to Matthias, who was the game designer on that product. So Matthias, you may have seen on our previous Q&A session on Symbaroum. So he'll be returning to talk about Coriolis, and that is on Wednesday of next week. Then, as I said, Thursday is Pathfinder. If you too would like to support us, then you can. There are several ways you can do it. One of which has grown at arms and legs since I mentioned it last week. So you can, of course, support us. I'll get onto that in a minute. I'm building up here. So one of those is, of course, your Twitch Prime sub. So anyone that has a Amazon Prime account gets a free Twitch Prime sub that they can give away and costs them no money whatsoever. So it's, of course, very much appreciated if you sent it our way. Like I say, it doesn't cost you a penny. It may cost you a few minutes in Googling how to do that if you don't have any children of your own to do it for you. Very easy though. There is then, of course, what has now turned into the Beer and Pizza campaign on Patreon. We do have a Patreon account. There are several tiers, and there is a brand new one, the Beer and Pizza campaign, which is entirely there to keep us stocked on beer and pizza, as I may have been quoted as saying in the intro to last week's session. So that is now a thing, and you can do it. Now, we of course have a number of people who do things for us, and relationships that we have with creators, with other streamers, and shops, stores, everything. We are all about building relationships, and you will see many of them in the box below me, and there are many different discount codes available to you should you wish to keep an eye on that and use them. Please do. So thank you to all the people that afford us those discounts that we can pass on to you. You can stay up to date with everything that's going on badges-wise, our Discord stream, so you can sign up there, and there will be a link in chat at some point. But of course, Twitch is our main focus. We last night hit 800 followers, which is a great milestone.
Yay.
We didn't manage to do it on stream, which is unfortunate. But overnight last night, we did get the 799th to 800th follower. Unfortunately, Twitch doesn't record who it was, so I can't thank them. But thank you, whoever number 800 was. That's a milestone for us. So obviously we're now pushing for the next milestone, which I guess is 900. But it'd be nice to get to 1,000 as well. You can watch our videos on Twitch for 2 weeks. It will stay on Twitch for 2 weeks, but then we transfer everything to YouTube. And over on YouTube, you can watch our entire back catalogue of brush off, of Q&As, of all of the games that we've streamed over the past 12 months and earlier than that before we went into lockdown. And of course, if you want to follow us there and click on the bell icon, then it will alert you whenever we upload one of our new videos. Okay. I think I'm done. So, when we finished last week, you had collected the weapons from Taos, the contact on Apostate. You had went your separate ways with Kajimi, and they travelled back to Akiton, back to their former employer. And you were left with 50 tons of weapons to transport to Voxa. The journey was uneventful. You managed to navigate your way safely through the drift, partially with the help of the newly reformatted emergency medical android, who of course is now manifesting the personality of Cowboy, your previous colleague who was killed during session 0.
Yeah.
Of course, having Cowboy back means you have your resident pilot in, and things like travelling through the drift is so much easier now. You plotted the course to Voxa. You arrived safely. Voxa is a small, nondescript planet. It's almost moon-sized. It's formed of very high snow-capped mountains and very tall factory installations, particularly now that it's been invaded by the Gideon Authority, the Hobgoblin faction that is intent on rekindling the old empire, the pre-swarm old empire. And it's that Gideon Authority that you are trading these weapons to. Your final destination is Ford Camp 1120. That is where you are to make your delivery of these 50 tons of Infinity Rifles and Mark II grenades. And as you exit from the drift, enter orbit into Voxa, you are accosted by a sword class Gideon Authority warship. Communications, tense as they are for a few moments, eventually lead to you being granted permission to land. You make your descent towards Ford Camp 1120. You can see it is a heavily fortified, what looks like labour camp as you descend through the white clouds. It lies at the foot of an immense mountain. From what you've seen, you would guess it's the largest mountain in the range on this side of the planet, certainly. The compound is, as I say, heavily fortified. You can see high concrete walls, the corners of which are formed into towers which are manned by soldiers with gun emplacements. Within the compound itself, you can see many low-level, what looks like temporary structures, almost temporary housing. You can see many people wandering around, milling around. You can see a lot of hobgoblins. You can't really make out what the other races might be, but they seem to be herded, led in a fashion by the hobgoblins. and there is a lot of concentration around what appears to be a large mine entrance. And it's this mine entrance that the fortifications seem to be protecting, so it's obviously something that's of value. You are directed to land outside the encampment. There is a landing pad, a single landing pad, which you make use of, and it's within a large compound storing all forms of transport, from helicopters, which are like small, light in atmosphere aerial transportation. There are heavy trucks. There are light bikes. There are many different forms of transport, but you are at the moment the only starship of these here. You make the necessary arrangements to make the vessel safe, make the vessel secure. You hook up temporary power, and you go through the motions of winding down the engines and departing BD 514. As you leave the vessel, you are met at the bottom of the ramp by a female hobgoblin. She looks at you with a quizzical look, some disdain, as she casts her eyes up and down each of you in turn. Particular disdain at Vec.
Ooh.
Wow.
I won't say welcome. What's your business here? You obviously have authorization to land, otherwise I would have blown you out of the sky, but I don't understand what a transport vessel is doing in my labour camp.
I'm not going to say anything because this person clearly doesn't like me.
Well,
Sorry, brain is just trying to work as a player, not as a character.
it's the heat.
All 18 degrees.
Yeah.
Well, I believe we might be transporting something that you're very interested in.
So do you have a bill of transportation, a bill of lading, some sort of contract, a clue?
We do have a bill of lading, don't we?
Yes, you do. You have something that you signed over. Yes, that's correct.
So I will produce the bill of lading.
Okay. She takes it brusquely, snatches it almost from your preferred hand. She looks down it and looks mildly disgusted. 50 tons of laser rifles and Mark II frag grenades. Whatever idiot and moronic colonel authorised this, they should be shot.
Well, you've got plenty of choice. Perhaps you can try them all out.
Yes, my dear. If it hadn't escaped your attention, this is a labour camp. We have here many hundreds of prisoners who would be eager to get their hands on these weapons and cause all sorts of chaos. I can't accept delivery of these here. I don't know anywhere to store them.
Well, that's not my problem. That's yours.
Well, it would seem so, simply because somebody above me has decided that it's my problem. Wait here, I'll be back shortly. And with that, she storms off.
Oh, I'm making friends today, aren't I?
Yeah.
You're doing well, Captain.
I'm not sure I am, but I'm trying. You might say I'm very trying.
We're always trying.
10 or 15 minutes pass. From your vantage point in the elevated landing pad, you can actually see into the labour camp proper. And you can, from here, start to make out some of the details. There are a lot of low-level buildings, and they appear to be made of some sort of cheap polycarbonate plastic. You know, they afford some protection, but by no means comfort or luxury. They are barracks. They've been put up very quickly, and have been put up for a purpose. That purpose seems obvious from the fact that wandering around the camp, and particularly, as I said, concentrated around the mine entrance, you can see a lot of people coming and going. Those people are made up of Shirin, of dwarves, of humans, and a number of other non-hobgoblin races. And these are the ones that are being herded by the military people, the people that are wearing the Gideon Authority uniforms. They are dishevelled, they are unkempt, they are dirty, and quite clearly undernourished. Those that are concentrated around the mine entrance, you can see are being forced to work. They are being forced to transport what looks like ore in carts to various other areas of the labour camp, where eventually they end up in these heavy trucks, and you see a few of them leave the labour camp and head off into other areas elsewhere, probably for processing. This is clearly a workforce that is not working for their own good. They are being forced to work. They are being kept in squalid and subhuman conditions from the state of them, and that includes adults and children. After about 10 or 15 minutes, the female hobgoblin returns. In tow, she has 3 other hobgoblins, all males. They wear slightly different uniforms, lighter armour in appearance, less militaristic, more sort of not necessarily officer material, but they stand apart. So, problem, solution. And she gestures towards one of the male hobgoblins stood next to her. This is Vog. I'm Quib. I'm quartermaster here. Vog is one of our scouts. He currently has nothing to do. We are here as an invasion force, and our scouts, well, their work is done. I have tasked Vog with assisting you in transporting these weapons away from my camp and safely up to the armory at the top of the mountain. They can be stored there, away from this scum that we're having to deal with, safe where they can't get hold of them and cause chaos, and, well, quite frankly, won't be my problem anymore and will be somebody else's. If you want to be paid, you will do this, because I am not signing receipt of these weapons. Somebody else will do that when you reach the armory. Vog, over to you. And with that, she brusquely turns around and marches off.
Glory to the Gideon. Hello. Hello, guys. I'm Vog. This is Schenk and Glucker.
They both nod.
Howdy, Vog. Howdy, Stink. Howdy. What was the other one's name?
Schenk and Glucker.
Wow. Okay.
Hello. You guys like me more than her?
Look, I apologize for.
Get used to it, will you?
I apologize for them. That, unlike us, they are very much all about invading and taking this place over. So anything that interrupts their day-to-day invasion needs is passed off to people like us. We've lived here with these people for quite a long time. So
How are you finding it?
It is difficult. Many friends have gone the way of the winds, and they're no longer here, and it's but we stay the course for the Gideon.
You support the Gideon? It's fine. We can talk. I'm not going to pass anything on.
Well, why are you actually are you saying Gideon, Gideon, or Gridiron?
Gideon. Honestly,
Gideon.
cowboy.
Gideon.
Need to clean out your ears.
My ear receptors, yeah, I guess so.
I look over
that to the list.
I look over at Schenk and Glucker, and look for them for support, and they kind of nod and say, well, we don't like what's happening. No. If we could stop it, we would, but we don't know how.
Schenk looks in your direction, Vog, and says in Hobgoblin, and I don't know if any of the rest of you speak Hobgoblin or not, so stick your hand up if you do.
No.
Okay, so you'll have to ignore this. And
Okay.
so Schenk says, if you're trying to convince him, why don't you take him through the camp? We'll deal with unloading the weapons. Why don't you give them a tour? Maybe they'll see something they really don't like.
Good idea, Schenk. Yes, this is what we'll do. So I look at Misomi, Vec, and Cowboy, and I say, I should give you a tour of the camp. Show you what the Gideron do.
We're probably not going to like this, are we?
Oh, it's fine. It's, nothing bad happens in this camp.
I'm not even going to roll an insight check. Okay, well, lead on.
Okay. Yeah. With that, I turn to I say Glucka and Schenk are going to deal with the shipment, and I take them towards the camp.
Okay. Glucka and Schenk break off. They enter BD514, the boss. And you see they begin to start the process of unloading the weapons. They make use of the hover cart, and they bring the crate down a few at a time, and you see that they're starting to load up one of the heavy hover carts. So these are the hover cart like you have, much bigger. Much heavier, much slower. They look like the size of a large army truck. So they're uncovered at the back. They have a large loading area where you store the crates, and then there's cab up front for two people. So they're starting to load those up as you follow Vog into the camp proper. You pass through the security checkpoint with no issues. Vog, you're obviously known within the Gideron Authority, and you begin to wander around the camp, and you show them the areas where the prisoners are kept. You show them the conditions that they're kept under. You show them the mine. And as you're walking around, you also see that there are other factions within this faction itself. So as I said, the Courtmaster and most of the other hobgoblins that you saw, they wore very smart uniforms. You could tell that they were all part of the same army. Whereas the Forward Scouts, they were something less militaristic. There are a group, however, that are at the far end of the spectrum. These hobgoblins, you would not have classed them as being members of any military at all. They're lounging around their barracks, they're playing cards outside, they seem to have no purpose. But they all sport very dark, very heavy armour, emblazoned with white skulls. And you catch out the corner of your eye that their armour is scored almost purposely, almost like tally marks, in various degrees. So you can see some of them don't have many tally marks at all, but others, the biggest of them, the fiercest looking among them, their armour is scored all the way across. I mean, definitely a tally count. Could you make me a society check, please, the three of you, Misomi, Vec, and Cowboy?
Certainly, maybe. My phone's going to give me the information I want, which it might not. I'm going to say probably not, because I rolled a 3.
One second. Sorry. Society. 9.
Okay. And Cowboy.
I'm still looking for mine. I'm trying to find it on the new sheet.
Society isn't on there.
Oh.
Culture.
I don't have it.
It's culture.
Okay, so I rolled an 11.
Oh,
It's working.
12. Sorry. I couldn't find it.
It's
So
a sight in Pathfinder, sorry.
16.
I didn't think I had one, so I just used a flat dice roll. But yeah, 12.
Okay. So Cowboy, you do recall a little bit of the law around the Gideon Authority, and that is that they have a vanguard portion. So the vanguards are like the berserker warriors of the military, and not being very militaristic at all, they are the shock troops that are sent in first. And if there are a contingent of them here, then this must have been one of the first invasion points, and having those sort of people around prisoners is not good. They are known for their cruelty, they're known for their love of fighting, they're known for their ferocity.
Can I you mentioned the skulls and the tally. Is it what kind of skull? Is it human skull? Is it goblin skull? What particular shape is it?
It looks like a human skull.
Oh.
It's almost like a badge, so it's embossed in their armour. But the telling part is the number of tallies they have scored across their breastplates.
So Varg, why are they keeping score? Why you shouldn't have these kind of shock troopers if you're already prisoners? Is this a labor camp or what is this?
These are the problem with what's happening now. They believe that the more they kill, and it doesn't matter if it's women or children, sick, elderly, the more they kill, the more glory they get. They disgust me.
And how long have they been here?
The invasion has been going for 6 months. So they've been here for 6 months, killing millions.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Captain, you hearing this? This is not the kind exactly as kind. Did you, while I was dead, did you actually sign up for this?
You weren't given an awful lot of choice.
I may be a space cowboy, but I got a code,
I think all of us have codes better than this, and Masoni just looks around in disgust.
This is not a good return for the space cowboy.
So why is it going on for so long? I mean, what, 6 months? You're in, out, they won.
There is a resistance, and they have been fighting back. But as with any resistance, the Gideon crush it, and they have very little support. They have no weapons and no supply. If they had weapons, they may be able to fight back, even push them off the planet, make it so tough that the Gideon will just say no to this planet.
Yeah.
I should take you further through the camp.
Yeah, let's keep going. I wanna, if it's okay with you, Captain, I wanna see some more. What about you, Vec? How are you feeling about this?
Yeah, I think we should have a walk through. There might be something shiny lying around.
See, now you're talking my language, Vec. Always happy to see a golden nugget.
Yep.
So you continue through the camp. Conditions are much the same everywhere, particularly where the prisoners are kept. You do see some areas even more squalid. These are the punishment cells. These are where the most difficult prisoners, those with enough strength, I guess, the ones that are caught most recently before their spirits are broken. This is where they bring them so they stop causing trouble. These are hot boxes, isolation rooms, small, tiny cells where they're deprived of the company, left for hours on end with no exercise, until they stop becoming a problem. You do notice one particularly horrid thing, and there are many of these beasts around the camp. They seem to be a staple for the hobgoblin army, and they are hobhounds. Now, hobhounds are specifically bred by the Gideon Authority to act as guard dogs, so they don't necessarily rely on electronic sensors and alarms and things like that. They like to put their stock in boots on the ground. Now, the hobhound is rumoured to have been bred from a very, very old species, the goblin dog. The goblin dog is rumoured to have existed on Galarian before it disappeared from the universe, went elsewhere during the happening. Now, the hobgoblins pride themselves on the viciousness of these beasts, the effectiveness of these beasts. They both keep others under control and are used as attack dogs when needed. You come across one particular set of buildings. There are some hobgoblins milling around, and they seem to be actively encouraging a downtrodden Shirin to feed two of these beasts. These beasts are straining at their restraints. They're lashed down to pitons that are stuck in the ground. Kept on short leashes almost intentionally, and this Shirin is being prodded and poked and pushed to try and feed it some raw meat. Go on, you scum. It's your turn to feed them this time. Go on, get in there. Come on, hurry up. Look at them, they're going ravenous. They're going to break out in a minute. And just as the goblin says that, it does. The leash gives way, allowing both of them to rush free. Over in the corner of the building, you see a group of children. One of them appears to be running towards them. What would you like to do?
I'll take aim and fire.
Okay.
How far away are they?
About 30 feet. So what we'll do is we will
Do I
switch
know?
view.
Do I know how to command these dogs?
You do.
Yeah.
But you also know when their blood is up, particularly when they've been taunted and kept hungry, as many of the dogs in this camp are. They're vicious, they're ill-tempered, and they're unlikely to follow commands. So you can attempt it, but it will just up the difficulty check.
Yeah, I try and like yell at them and call them off.
Okay, sorry, Sharon.
I was going to say, can I use Ghost Sound, but I'll let this happen first and then see if I can distract.
Okay. So up in Twitch, I've put up the map. If you want to take a look, that should be on your screens by now. And then there is also an image of the hobhound on the screen as well for the audience. So what I'll do is I'll take your actions in order as you said them. So Dave, if you want to take a shot for me, please, I'll allow you to get effectively a bonus action in, and then we'll roll initiative.
I was gonna. Okay, can I? What my rethinking is? Can I run and try? Can I run my full 30 and can I shoot on the run?
Yeah, you can split your move amongst your shooting. Yeah. Yep.
So I wanna run towards the kids.
Yeah.
To kind of intercept the hounds and the children.
Yeah.
That's what I'm aiming for eventually, but I think I'm too far away to do it in one round. But on the way to shoot at the dogs. I don't care which, just shoot. I'm not it's not precision aiming.
Just the camera up. So you're about 30 feet away from the dog where it is at the moment. It's just broken off the leash, and he's going to be running towards the children. So it's going to be coming down this way. So you can run to there and shoot as you're doing so, and then depending on whether you hit or not, but you're going to get in its
Oh, I
way. So
gotcha.
it's likely to go straight for you. So I'll allow you to do that.
Okay. Well, that's fine because I'm made of metal. So, right. Okay. So I'll run straight ahead, try and get in its way and shoot it.
Yeah, that's fine. And I will.
So I didn't see the kids on that, and then you were saying here and here, and then you got to
sorry.
wait 10 seconds for it to turn up.
The kids are off the map. They're further away, but it's starting to run in their direction. So it's gonna move down this way.
Cool.
Okay, so if you want to take your shot, please.
What am I adding to this? Completely forgot what I'm doing.
So there'll be a base attack bonus and your dexterity score.
In that case, it is 16.
16. That hits. Roll your damage.
Okay. This is the pistol. So my leg, my right thigh opens up like RoboCop. I pull out the pistol as I'm running, uncock it, and just shoot as I'm running.
Yeah.
1d6. I got a 1.
Oh no.
1 damage. Okay, so you.
It is a projectile weapon. No, it's not a pew pew laser gun.
No, it is a projectile weapon. That's right. The bullet thuds deep into the meat of the dog's upper leg. It doesn't seem to have stopped it though. You now have a 4-foot angry dog running towards you. This is a cross between a Rottweiler and a Great Dane.
You didn't say that bit.
No, I was waiting until you got into
It was
melee.
never going to. It was never going to be a miniature dog.
You said this dog is.
Did
running.
you not see the picture of it?
Yeah, but it still doesn't say this is 4 foot.
Out of everyone playing, right?
It's a
you should have
baby
got the clue.
horse.
You should have. You know what a goblin dog is.
Yeah, but I don't see them as Scooby Doo with like. I don't see them as a Great Dane size. I see it, as dog size.
Yeah, but you've got
Now
to
you're
think
saying this is a Rottweiler on fucking steroids.
Proportionally, it's going to be like a human on a horse. So of course
it's
it's
a
going to be a
Rottweiler the size
goblin
of
or
a
a
Shetland
Great
pony.
Dane.
Hey, so I've shot it. All I've done is pissed it off.
Yes, you have.
Is what you're saying. And now
Yes.
I'm in front of it. You
Yes.
see, it. I
I was yelling at it to stop.
And then at me to stop.
I think we're all going to be yelling at it to stop.
I award you a PP coin for bravery or stupidity, depending on.
Put it on top of your coffin.
Put it on one of your eyes.
Yeah. To play Charon.
There you go. I got a PP coin. Right. Okay.
Right. Anyway, you are now in the path of this onrushing rabid beast.
You just made it that rabid. Jeez. Bloody Cujo now.
Every time he describes it, it gets worse. So just leave it.
Yeah. It's got 2 heads. It's coming straight for you.
3 heads.
Okay, Vogue, would you like me? Would you like to make a command check, please?
Command. Okay.
Gonna-
Which is
It'll be.
bluff or
It depends on what you want to do. So it can either be a bluff or it can be an intimidation check. I'll let you choose which.
they're both the same. So that's. Oh crap!
That went well.
No, it's a natural 20.
Oh.
Hang on, I'm not touching it. I've got to take a photo with. I can't. My phone's in the other end. Natural 20.
Awesome.
So, oh shit, I can't roll like that for the first roll of the game. I've got to roll again.
No, keep that one. That's fine.
Okay.
He shouts, "Shit!"
So that's a
Sit
28.
on the floor.
28.
So
right.
that's a 28. Yeah.
What would you like to instruct it to do?
I I run forward the same as what Cowboy did, and I sort of jump in front of Cowboy, and I said, "Get down, you beasts, or I'll eat you myself."
I immediately sit down on the floor.
You move over, and there seems to be almost a silence settle over the battlefield as it is now. As you reach Cowboy's side, and you yell with such ferocity, there's this echo bounces off all of the buildings around you, and amazingly, this charging dog that, blood in its eyes, had only one thing on its mind, and that was leaping on the android form of Cowboy and rending bits from his shell. Suddenly, just lays down in the dirt, skidding to a halt, and looks up at you expectantly, awaiting its next command. It is still rabid. It is still looking for a target, but for now, that target isn't Cowboy. Well done. Okay, is anything that Vec and Masami want to do? You're almost shocked by what's just happened, because up to now Vog's been this very friendly, placid character, and all of a sudden you've seen what a hobgoblin in full rage looks like.
While there's a bit of a distraction, ascend my. Cause it's just the one dog, right? There's more than just one dog.
There is more than one. There is more than one, but that was the only one that's moved yet.
Right. I send my drone so it's halfway between the group of children and the currently tethered dogs. And while there's a distraction, I'd like to try and sneak about and see if there's anything to steal, like some dropped keys.
Well, there's as you can see from the map, lots of barrels and crates.
Yeah. What I'd like to describe it as, it's a target-rich environment.
Shoot the red one.
Yeah.
Okay, I will move you over in this direction towards a large concentration of said barrels and crates.
Yeah, basically, like most young men from South London, I'm on the rob.
Okay, Masami.
So the other dogs are currently tethered up. Are they like trying to pull on their lead towards the children or towards the child?
You can't see from where you are. There's a Sheeran and some barrels in between you and the other dog. So at the moment, only one has moved, but you're not sure whether the other one is even tied up or not.
Can I move and see?
You can move to behind Vec's drone. Make me a perception check, please.
Perception. It's not what I want. Oh, come on. Why can't I find perception? I still can't find perception. So I rolled a 7, so I probably can't see for looking.
You cannot, no. You cannot. And what happens next sort of confirms it anyway, and that is that the other dog charges forward. And the commotion that's been caused by both the gunshot and the shouted command, this one moves into melee range. So with that, we will go into initiative, please.
I'm just getting worse. I'm getting that dice away.
Oh, 2.
Okay, right. Vog.
So it's just normal initiative, D20 with modifier?
D20, yeah, plus your initiative bonus.
10.
10, yep. And then Masami? 15, sorry.
I wish it's a it's 3.
3, Jesus.
It's 3.
Okay.
Yeah, let me times it by 5, then it's 15.
No, afraid not.
No.
Cowboy?
I also got 10.
Okay. And did you say 2, Vec?
2.
Wow. Yeah.
Welcome to the low end.
Good job you had the bonus round.
Do you want me to roll for my drone, or is my drone going to run off mine?
Your drone's going to run off yours.
Okay. See, do you see how I was grasping then?
Well, it was a nice try.
Oh, it was a good effort, wasn't it?
It was a good effort.
Right. So, this one that's charged up at the end of the bonus round moved into melee range with Cowboy and Vog is going to make an attack. Cowboy is going to go for you. You have made the most noise with your pistol shot. It leaps up and attempts to bite you, hitting an armor class of 24.
Well, that hits. That's definitely going to hit.
And that is 11 points of damage. Now, don't forget, I rolled really well. Don't forget that comes off your stamina first.
Yep.
And then comes off your hit points. Right. So as it leaps up, it basically leaps up onto your shoulders, and sinks its teeth into the meaty part between your neck and your shoulder blade, or at least it would be a meaty part if you were flesh and bone. It doesn't really know that. It is enraged, and ultimately doesn't care because it's now got purchase on you. And what it does is it begins to shake its head and its large muscular shoulders from side to side, and you can't help but go with it, and you feel your circuits and your brain becoming scrambled as you're shaken like a rag doll from side to side. Can you make me a fortitude saving throw, please?
Okay. 15.
Yep, that's good enough. However, you are still shaken enough that you are now off target. You have the off target condition for the next 2 rounds. So the off target condition means that you have a -2 penalty to your attack rolls.
Oh, okay. So basically no bonus. Right.
Yep. The other hophound, seeing its mate still attacking, even though itself has stopped due to this command, is going to have a will saving throw. I'm going to set the difficulty quite high because he did get an actual 20, so that was a 28 in total. But he's going to have a will saving throw in an attempt to ignore your command. And with that roll, that's not even going to do anything. So it's still sitting there on the ground, waiting you to tell it what to do next. Okay, that's
Awesome.
my go over. Vog, you're next.
So, am I able to get that dog to attack the other dog?
You can try.
Okay. Yeah, let's go for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, again, with another check, or
Yes, please. Yeah.
okay. That's a 16-24.
You know what? With the fortitude save that I roll, the will save that I rolled, yes, I will allow that. It will attack its mate.
Ooh.
Nice.
Good Fluffy.
What I'll do is I'll let you roll.
Okay.
So roll to attack. So if you just roll the dice, and then I'll add on the bonus.
That's a 4.
Unfortunately, that's not high enough, so that's only an armor class of 14. So what it tries to do, it leaps up from where it's laying on the floor and jumps onto the shoulders of the other one and tries to get a purchase. Because the other dog is currently shaking Cowboy around like a rag doll, it can't quite get its teeth in, so it just skids off of the thick hide. Goes back down on its haunches and awaits another command the next round. You can move if you wish. You can draw a weapon if you wish. You currently don't have a weapon in your hand. It's up to you what you want to do next.
So, do I get a quick action or whatever it is as
Yes,
well?
you
Or
do. Yeah, you get a quick action and a move action.
okay, I'm going to use my Venom Spur on the dog.
Awesome. Roll to hit for me then, please.
That is a 14.
Oh, you just missed it by 1. So yeah, you also, because of the fact that it's shaking Cowboy around, you put off slightly. You go to strike with the the spur that's attached to your wrist, but it just skids off the thick hide, and you end up depositing some venom in amongst its fur. Okay.
And I guess I'll just stay there.
Yeah. Cowboy, you're up.
I'm going to shoot it again. So I've still got my pistol in hand because I haven't dropped it.
Yep.
And at point blank range, I will put the gun as close to the head as possible and pull the trigger.
Okay. You do have your penalty for being off target.
Yep. It's a 12, flat 12.
Okay. You got any bonuses? Oh, you add 2 to it, don't you? Anyway, so -2 is
minus
flat.
2.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you are shaken enough where, even though you were at point blank range, you managed to miss. So you get it deep in that fur, and that fur is quite thick on its top. So unfortunately, you mistimed it and missed. Anything else you want to do?
No, I only get the one action.
Well, you can take a full action to get 2 attacks at -4 penalty, so that would be a -6 in total. The dice may be lucky.
18. Right, that's a flat 18 minus 6.
Yeah, so that's only a 12. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that is a miss. Yeah, but you might roll a 20, in which case
There's always a chance.
Yeah, there is always a chance. Okay, so no, you spend the full round just frantically trying to dislodge this beast from your shoulders, taking 2 shots, but both miss, ricocheting off the plastic structure next to you. Okay, Cowboys goes over, so Miss Amy, you're next.
So Amy's going to see this dog jump up at Cowboy and attack and say, "No, what do you think you're doing? No, put him down. Stop." And she's going to, I would like you to make a will save, please.
Okay. That's an 19 in total.
Bugger.
I did roll well.
Well, nothing happened then.
What spell did you cast?
Baleful Polymorph. It's going to turn it into a dash out. Or it was going to take on some of the... I can't turn it into a penguin. It was only going to be a bit like a dash out anyway. It retains its size category, but nothing happens.
Okay. Right, yep, nothing happens. You cast a spell, the magic seems to fizzle out into nothing.
That normally works.
Vec.
Right. Vec, I look over my shoulder and see the beast still attached to Cowboy. And I just think to myself, I haven't got long before I'm going to have to help out. And that chest that's in front of me, that green and white chest that's in front of me, right, on the right-hand side of the camera.
Yeah, that's correct.
Can I have a quick rifle through that?
Okay, it is full of Sickatite ore.
What is Sickatite ore?
So Sickatite is a mineral that is mined on Voxer, and once it is refined, it is turned into components and plating for starships.
Okay, can I take one for now? Hang on, let me find the... Basically, I'm going to put 1 cubic foot of it in my cheek pouch, and that's a swift action.
Okay.
So it doesn't count, right? So I can stash some in, and I turn around as if I've done nothing. But when I turn around, I'm like this, like that.
You have 1 cubic foot of Sickatite ore in your cheek pouch.
In my cheeks. Yeah. Yep. There's no point in having cheek. I haven't used these cheek pouches yet, and I was thinking.
We use some sort of mutant kangaroo.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I chose the character. So that's a swift action. I've got a needle rifle.
Yeah.
Can I shoot at the dog that's on Dave, or am I at risk of shooting him?
No, you can take a shot at him. What's the range increment?
ranging for it. Details. 30 feet.
It's just out of range.
Okay.
So you can move and shoot, but you will need to move.
Yeah, I'll move towards him, but I would like to stay. Yeah. Can you keep me close to that barrel? Yeah, I'm at that chest. Could you move me?
Yeah.
To see where those barrels are on the left-hand side of the chest. Can you move me into the corner? Oh no, I'm still not closer. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do there, and I'll take a shot at the dog that's on Dave, please.
Yep. Rotate it for me then, please.
Oh, 20 natural.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's double damage as well then.
Yeah, 20 natural. And what skill am I rolling? Or is it just a hit?
Yeah, you roll. It's a hit with an actual 20. You just need to roll me damage now.
Lovely, perfect. Yeah. Defense gets it's 1d4 plus 4. Not a d4. 8.
Nice. Okay, so you fire off your needle rifle and you hit it in the rib cage. Definitely done some damage. It looks over to you, snarls, but it's still intent on Cowboy at the moment.
Okay. With the critical, it says critical injection, DC plus 2. I don't know what that means, but okay. So that's my action done. Now I've got the action for the drone.
Did you roll a 4 on a dice?
Yeah.
It's
1d4 damage plus 4.
Yeah, so that's doubled. Okay, and so it was a needle rifle.
Yeah, needler pistol.
Yeah?
Needler pistol.
Yeah.
With critical injection.
Critical injection, right. Roll me d6, please.
Oh, I like the sound of this, Steve.
So unbeknownst to you, and completely by chance, hobhounds have a weakness to medicinal injections. And they take an extra d6 damage.
Another 4.
Another 4. That was awesome. So you hit in a very, very tender spot indeed, and your needler discharges the medicinals due to the chemical intolerance of the hobhound. You see the area around its chest where you hit it. So it immediately formed this sort of horrible rash and red, poisonous sort of passes through its veins and the raised tendons. It was not happy about that at all. You did a lot of damage.
Sorry.
Okay, that's your go over. It is the hobhound next. Sorry, you got your drone, haven't you?
I got my drone out. The hobhound is attached to Dave, right?
Pretty much, yep.
So I can't really attack it with lightning claws because that will mangle Dave. The drone is going to get closer to the children, but when it gets closer to the children, it's going to turn its back to them so they're clear that they're being protected.
Okay, so what I've done is I've placed it off camera about 15 feet behind Dave, so that if Dave goes down, the drone is the next one that's going to be attacked.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, hobhounds go. So that one really did not like being shot. It immediately releases Dave and zooms over to you, intent on doing some damage. Armor class 14.
Me?
No, sorry. I'm forgetting you're waiting 10 seconds to see the map. So it drops Dave because Vec has done so much damage with that needler rifle. So it now sees Vec as the bigger target. So he's moved away from you Cowboy and Vog straight over to Vec and has leaped upon Vec and made a bite attack, hitting an armor class of 14.
Plus 14. I've got my fur, protective fur, cold and heat dangers.
Did I get attack of opportunity at all?
You may have an attack of opportunity, yes.
Right. So
it would have to be an unarmed attack because it would be a melee attack.
Okay, so as we're kind of still getting to grips with Starfighter and everything, the Mystic class has a feat at 2nd level called Mind Link.
Yeah.
And it's touch. And what I want to do is send a signal to it that it would recognize me as the alpha. So when it was a puppy, whatever it was scared of, then that would be me as it being scared of. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine, but that's a bit much to do as a reaction that an attack of opportunity would be. But you can certainly try that for your next action, particularly on the one that is currently being commanded by Vog. Because if Vog loses that command, he's still rabid, as it were. With the attack of opportunity, the options you have is an unarmed attack. You don't currently have a weapon, melee weapon in your hand.
No, but I'll still swing because we might be able to do some damage. So I've got no knife or anything like that. So I've got an 18.
Yep, that's it.
So I hit with a hand. I slap it.
Yep. What's your strength modifier?
Strength is +1.
Okay. You do 1 point of damage, but it's 1 point of damage that may break the camel's back. So Vec, did I hit armor class 14?
Is that kinetic?
Yes.
I'm 14, so yes.
Yes, I did. Okay.
So, do I get fortitude save?
Yeah, roll me a fortitude save, please. I did 11 points of damage to you, so that comes off your stamina score. I'm going to put that d6 aside because it's rolled maximum 2 times in a row now.
11 points off my stamina.
Yep.
Okay.
And a fortitude save, please.
Yeah, I'm just not. No, it's not a heat attack. I've got +3 to my fortitude save.
Yeah.
Do I roll it on a d20?
Yes, please.
Natural 20.
Oh, well done.
23.
Nice roll.
So
you
rolled really
reduce.
hot.
I'll give you a critical success on that one. So although it shakes you around, you manage to stave off the effects of that completely, so you don't get the off-target condition. Okay, the other one, I'm going to make a will save again and fail. That's awful. So it is still awaiting your command, Vog, and you're next.
Can I tell the other hobgoblin that's there to restrain that dog as a free action, or?
You can do it as a quick action, yes.
Yeah. So I tell that guy to restrain that dog before that one gets killed. Idiot, like calling him idiot for like wasting our dogs and setting it up and things like that. And then as an action, can I do a trick attack?
You can, yes, yeah.
On the other one.
Yep. So roll me a bluff check, please.
Yep. And that is a 19.
That is good enough. You beat it by 2. So you get to add your D4 damage if you hit.
If I hit, and I'm using my spear.
Okay. All right. So what you do is I mean, it's got its back to you anyway.
Yep.
So you make a little sidestep. You try and bluff your way as if you're not going to attack, and then swing it round into its side. So roll to hit for me, please.
And that is a unnatural 20.
Yep, that's good enough. You strike. So roll your damage for me, please, and add the d4.
Okay, so 1d6, 5 and 4. No, 1. Sorry, 5 and 1.
Okay, 6 damage.
So 6 damage. It is 6 plus 2, so 5 plus 2. So that's 7 plus 1, so 8 damage total.
8 damage total. Awesome. You spin your spear round behind your back as you take this little side step to try and distract it. It's pretty distracted anyway, trying to shake the life out of Vec. You plunge your spear into its back with such force, this sort of frustration and anger that's built up at the fact that these dogs, not just a waste of Hobgoblin resources, but the fact that they've been built into such a frenzy by these poor prisoners being forced to feed them as they are. You plunge your spear straight through the creature's heart, killing it outright. The hobgoblin who you berated for wasting resources, and the fact that you said, we don't want to kill this one, it's a waste as this other one's going to die, and then you turn around and basically wipe it out in one go, suddenly jumps up from his leaning position against the wall and axe. He grabs the remnants of the leash of the other dog and restrains it enough where it can be brought under control naturally. Congratulations, you managed to get through that encounter.
Well done.
Nice.
Good kill.
Thank you, Bog. I tip my hat to you. We'll make a cowboy out of you yet.
Cowboy.
Make a dog toy out of you, apparently.
Well, that's about the first time this old metal body has come in handy. I do feel fair.
Og, is this normal? And I will indicate the dogs, the children.
If you were not here, then the children would be dead.
So, no, but
Yes.
yes, but it's worse.
Yes, it's normal. Having you here gave me the chance to stop them, but because of how it normally is, and because you are here transporting weapons, then I have the chance to stop them because you attacked. But no, the dogs would have eaten the children, which happens every day.
So many questions, and all of them are going to have answers that I don't want.
Yeah.
You seem to have garnered the attention of some of the Vanguard. They stopped their dice games.
I guess maybe we should keep moving, Vog.
Yes, I think so. Don't want to get you in trouble and have you, and then she will indicate.
Vog, you don't seem to be. What side of the fence are you on, Vog? You don't seem to be the same as these guys over there with the skulls, and you seem to be saving people, and you seem to be concerned about the kids.
You seem to have morals.
Well, I've lived here on Voxer with these people for a long time. I've been I lived with them and worked with them, and I know some of these children's parents.
Well, how about you? I think, Captain, should we go somewhere where we can talk privately? I think.
Yeah.
Come with me, and
let's walk and talk.
Come with. I will take you to someone that you may be interested in talking to.
You mentioned I got a sneaky suspicion you're talking about the resistance.
I'm just gonna elbow. I'm just gonna elbow Cowboy and then probably go.
Yeah. So I look at the Vanguard, and if they're taking too much interest, I'm going to go up to them and tell them to piss off and do that sort of thing. But if not, can I take them to go and see the what's her name, Anya?
Anya, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
The Vanguard, they look in your direction. They were mildly interested in what went on, but only during the duration. They don't seem to be paying you much mind. They certainly don't care that you've done what you've done. They're more interested in the sport of it than anything else. So you make your way through the camp. You arrive at a familiar barracks to you, Vog. And within, you seek out the old and frail form of Anya. This tiny, white-haired human female. A bit like in, what's the film? The Vin Diesel one, Riddick.
Yep.
Yeah. If you picture, it's
Judy.
Judi Dench. Yeah.
Dame Judy.
Dame Judy.
Nothing bad best happened to her.
National treasure.
Yes, she's a national treasure.
Just put Dame Judy into the game, Steve.
Yeah.
I
have
Dame
now.
Judy has entered the chat.
Yeah. So she's frail. She's this tiny little woman, but you sense a presence, an authority, an expectation that people do what she asks. As you approach, she grins slightly at Vog, and then looks at you. Well, crew of BD 514, we've been
Or the
awaiting
boss,
your,
man.
or the boss. Well, as you wish. Crew of the boss, we've been waiting your appearance. Vog, what have you told them?
I haven't told them much. I've told them that there is a resistance and that things are bad, and they just killed a hobdog.
Have you taken on a tour of the camp?
Yeah, and I've shown them the camp and the suffering.
And your views? Where do your loyalties lie? With your purses or with your morals?
I only speak for myself, but I don't like it when the kids get hurt. That ain't fair.
I mean, I've come from a place that values money above all else, but I think most of them would draw the line at this. Well, they wouldn't know about it. I personally think this is abhorrent.
I agree, but little of column A, little of column B.
You can have both. They are not mutually exclusive, but at this point, I think they are.
Yeah, we need to. Sorry, I take the lump of ore out of my mouth, just place it down, and then sit on it like that. Yeah, we've got to do something.
He's just. I am what? Anyway.
Ask me no questions. I'll tell you no lies.
Good to know.
Yeah,
so
is that
we
tasty?
Can't stand by.
Well, I say to them after looking at Anya, I say that the resistance can't afford to pay as much as the Gidron will pay, but we can pay half. So if your conscience allows, then we can give you 500,000 credits instead of 1 million.
It would mean everything to us. This planet wasn't just somewhere that we exploited. It was our home. All the people you see here are pioneers. They like to live on the outskirts of society, not because they're forced to, but because they want to. We lived in harmony with this planet. Yes, we were miners, and yes, we earned our money from collecting the resources that it afforded us, but it was our home, our community, and when Vog did what he did, that we forgive him for now, obviously, but when Vog did what he did, he didn't realise what he was doing. Since the Gideron Authority have arrived, this planet has been turned into a hellscape. They installed factories, they've mined much more than we ever took from the ground. You'll see their strip mines from orbit. We just want our home back. With these weapons, we can fight back. We can not beat them, but maybe cost them more than they're willing to spend, where they decide the investment is not worth the effort. But the choice is yours.
I say to the other two, I think we should help them.
I agree. The only problem is we're going to have to find another job to repay the rest of that money.
We're already up to our necks in debt anyway. At least we'll get some glory.
We'll probably get our death.
I like the way you speak, Vec. I can certainly get on board. Yeah.
Even if we do this job the way we're meant to do it, we're still going to be in debt.
True.
We might as well be in debt and have helped people.
I agree.
For us, it won't change, but for them, it might do.
We'll have to lie low for a while, but we can sort that out later.
I'm
And
pleased.
Damn, Vec, you're starting to sound like a cowboy.
And also, right, there
You
might
still
be
look
some
and smell
stuff.
like a rat, but you sound like a cowboy.
There might be some stuff that we could steal, maybe.
Well, still from the bad guys, yeah.
Yeah, from the bad guys.
I'm all for that. I don't know. You got another. I have another moral quandary here. I mean, we're basically selling our arms to the resistance. Yeah, that's good. We give, but it's the selling point of view. I mean, we're taking $500,000. Did I hear that right? We're taking $500,000. What debt are we into here? Did you all do this when I was still dead?
Yes.
Little column A, little column B.
We were not.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't given a choice. Well, we were given a choice, but the choice was death or do this job.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
at that point, you'd already made that choice.
As I know from experience, dying is not exactly much of a living. So, okay. What do we do?
We can make it so that the Gideron will think that you had nothing to do with this.
Well, how about Captain? How about we let them keep their money, and we, as Vec says, we're trying to find something to take from these bad guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
Yes. We'd be happy to help.
Okay, that warms an old woman's soul to hear you say those words, and well, welcome to the fight, crew of the boss. It's good to have you on board. We have a small plan in place with Vog. You are to proceed with transporting these weapons up into the mountain. However, about halfway up there is a road that diverts away from the armory. That road will lead to our headquarters. It's in an abandoned mine tunnel. There are members of our party there, and hopefully we will be there as well, because it's our intent to escape. We've been smuggling mining charges. You know, our people, there are experienced miners, and the hobgoblins aren't. We've managed to use the explosives given to us to mine the Sicatite sparingly, enough that we've got some left over that we've been hoarding. We intend to make use of that by laying charges around the camp, destroying key pieces of infrastructure, enough that will allow us to escape, or at least some of us to escape. We intend to make our way out of the camp to your vessel, where we will make it look like we are stealing and heading off into the distance. That should deflect any blame away from you, such that the Gideon Authority do not think you're involved. We will try to destroy as many of their vehicles as we can as we make our escape, so they can't pursue you, but I'm pretty sure that some will, and I'm pretty sure that the ones that are chosen to pursue you will be the vanguard. You will have to watch out for those. They are vicious creatures. If I can request one more favour from you, and that is the the piloting codes for your ship. It will save us time in needing to hack the computer and get away. It will give us more time to wreak chaos and destruction, and hopefully reduce the amount of yes, your ship. Hopefully reduce the amount
Nobody
of
flies my ship apart from me. Back sometimes when I'm dead. But other than that, Beck has special dispensation,
Yeah.
It's unavailable at the time.
Well, to keep blame away from your crew, because there are many warships in orbit, and I'm afraid if they suspect you, then they may shoot you out of the sky as you try to leave.
I suspect us, cowboy. You will be dead again, and I don't think it will be coming back from that one.
This is the point of no return for me. I'm responsible for what happened here. And if, I'm sorry to say, because you've been with me now, once this happens, they will think that you're in league with me. And regardless of what you may think, the Gideon will just destroy your ship if it's not taken.
Fog is correct. They are a vengeful faction. Their intent is reinstating the old empire, and that's not something anyone wants.
Okay, well, this sounds like a plot twist. Let's do it. I'll give it a codes.
Thank you, and again, thank you for your help. As Vog says, we can afford to pay you half. I hope to see you at our stronghold. I hope all goes well. I suggest you get back to your ship. You do have some weapons to deliver. So, good luck to you, and well, good luck to all of us. With that, she turns away.
And floats off. Dame Judy Denchlow.
Ethereally.
Okay, so I'm going to assume you want to head back to the BD 514.
The boss.
The boss.
Yeah.
Okay, by the time you make it back, Schenk and Glacker have pretty much broken the back of unloading the weapons. They filled up one truck already, and they're in the process of filling a second. You lend a hand, and within short order, you manage to unload the remaining tonnage of infinity rifles and Mark II grenades. And you get ready to begin your journey up the mountain towards what the hobgoblins think is the armory, but what you know is your ultimate destination, the Resistance headquarters. And at that point, we'll go for a quick break. So we're going to go 5-minute break. When we come back, we're going to have a little Q&A. My bird ever stopped squawking. We're going to have a little Q&A.
The bird wants to get involved with the Q&A.
He does, yeah.
He's got loads of questions.
So we do a quick Q&A with Clint around the work that Ardent Roleplay do. We will do a giveaway. As I say, post your questions in chat, and one of the players will pick it up and forward it on. And for the best question that we get asked, we will do a giveaway of Paizo PDF, and of course Ardent Roleplay will be doing the giveaway as well, and we'll talk about what that is afterwards. But for now, so I can set up the giveaway while we're on our break, Clint can ask you to give me a word, please.
Ardent.
Thank you very much.
I was going to say, would that work, or is that a night bot?
No, that is not a night bot, so we're okay.
Ooh.
Okay, right, so Ardent is ready, so when people want to, they can start posting that in chat, !Ardent, A-R-D-E-N-T. We're going to go for our break now, so please plug away at that, and then so when we come back we'll do the Q&A, and then I'll roll the giveaway, and Clint will choose the best question.
And Sharon, Will, you can also enter as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay, so with that, thank you very much, and see you in 5 minutes.
See you in 5.
In
In 5 minutes.
See you in 5.
Hi, everybody. I'm George.
And I'm Bob. We're the Shipping Goblins from Beetle and Grips. Today, we're going to talk about the amazing Map Vault Collection. And with the Map Vault Collection, you get a bunch of gorgeous two-sided maps, all scaled for standard minis.
Yeah, get yours now for the Map Vault Collection from Beetle and Grim, and all the players at your table will be revved up and hyper because the only thing they'll be able to say is...
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
Zoinks!
No, do it again.
Zoinks!
Hello?
Who do you think you are?
Yes, Mr. Lillard.
You're just some goblin.
Yes, sir.
You can't just go off and use my
It's your
voice
thing.
like that. I have rights.
Completely. We just thought...
Wait,
okay.
I'm gonna take this right to the
yes, sir.
Beetle. Hey, Grim.
Thank you, sir.
What happened?
Matthew Lillard watches our show!
Okay, all right, thank you. We are back. So thank you for staying with us. We're going to chat to Clint now about Ardent Roleplay. He was just showing us his minis.
Easy.
Right, Clint, welcome.
It's between
and again,
us.
Yeah. what happens off stream stays off stream. So thank you again for joining us. I realise it is very early morning for you. So thank you.
It's not so early now. It's good day.
Yeah.
It's breakfast now.
Yeah.
So Ardent Roleplay, I talked about at the beginning what they do, but do you just want to let people know who Ardent Roleplay are, what the app's about, from your point of view?
Yeah, okay. I'm Clint. I'm the community manager for Ardent Roleplay. What we do is we create augmented reality models for use with tabletop RPGs. So Pathfinder, D&D, Call of Cthulhu, and various other things. So in the past, we've done some Stargate stuff, sci-fi, different RPGs. What it does is as simple as downloading an app on the phone, which you can do from linking, like searching Ardent Roleplay in your app store, downloading, and it's a free app. We do have some free assets that you can actually mess around and play around with. And we also have a monthly subscription for GMs who can either make their own campaigns using our assets. In the future, we hope to be able to use assets made by people in the public as well. But for now, it's just our stuff. Plus the opportunity to run and DM pre-made campaigns already using our assets, things like that. So what we do is we have a static card, and you can link any of our assets to any of our cards. We've had the link ardentroleplay.com/cards there for people to go and have a look at some of our cards. But what it does, it gives the game master or the dungeon master the ability to give a greater immersion for your players, whether it be in person for tabletop or if it's actually remote like this. So you can have a card posted up on the screen, and your players, once they've logged into your campaign, can see that asset using their mobile phone by simply looking at that through the app. It's a great way to give that immersion and that wow factor, especially with the use of imagination. The players can actually, instead of, okay, so your players walk into an inn and they have, everyone has their own idea of what the inn looks like and what the characters and characteristics of the inn are and things like that. So we have an inn asset that you can look at, okay, and all of a sudden the player is in the inn.
Yeah.
And there are certain things around like that, okay, there's people gambling at the table. It looks like one of the people is cheating, and it's like, okay, how are they cheating? Okay, so you can show that to your player or a specific player. Let's say your rogue thinks that they're using magical dice or whatever. You can actually show and send a specific prompt that will indicate that that person is actually indeed using fake dice or magical dice.
Right.
And the only person that will know in that party is the rogue who thought to look. Or if there's something magical in there, then, casting magic fireball on yourself. That's a wonderful idea. So if there's magic within the room, the wizard will know that sort of thing. So it's based on your perception checks and your surroundings.
Yeah.
But it gives each player the same. It's like a choose your own adventure where everyone knows what's going on at the same time. So it focuses your players, and it gives you that greater immersion feeling, because there's nothing better than, let's say you fought the big bad dragon, which you can see and you can fight the breathe fire and everything, and then you find this wonderful book or this necklace or this sword or whatever, and these items are linked to assets, that 3D, augmented reality assets, and you say, here, take that card, that's yours now.
Yeah.
And then they can look at that through their phone, and that is now their item for that adventure.
Yeah.
So it's all about immersion and enjoyment for me. So and you can use it in multiple ways. You don't have to just use it on its own. You can use it with minis. You can use it with online platforms like Dungeon Fog. Where cards fit into this system. So it's just, it's a great product. I have only been working them for a few months now, but I've been involved with them for probably 3 years. So I did PAX with them at 2019, running games for Paizo, which was called the Sandstone Secret. So I just love it. I think it's a great opportunity for people to be able to give their players something extra.
Yeah, Dave and I sat for quite a while with that particular in asset, because it's so detailed and there's so many things to discover around the room. There's like a magical item, there's the bottle on the counter, and if you get the smartphone in just the right position, you can see downstairs into the room downstairs. It's and you spend ages just looking around a room. And whereas a DM, I might give you a description, like today, for example, I can give you the description of the camp. But if we were to have that in an augmented reality app, I could just sit here and let you explore and you talk about what you're seeing. So it brings a different aspect to the role playing as well.
Yeah, I was going to say there was a bit as well when I did. I was watching B. Dave Walters when he took part with Alicia Marie. To playing some Ardent. I don't know if that was Pathfinder or D&D at the time. But as a viewer, as a spectator, you can also look at the codes as they come up on screen. Yeah. And they were doing. There was a barn, and then the barn got set on fire. But I could view it inside the barn as it was burning and change things. But also when you found magical items, I think they had like a necklace with a gem on it.
Yeah.
It was here. I could see it. It was floating around. I could rotate it. I could do all that kind of, I can zoom in. And that for me was the nice bit, looking at what these magic items look like, what the daggers and the swords and everything else. Plus you can see the dungeons, you can see the swords and swooshing coming out of the walls. And the other thing is, you can put your characters in there. So your minis, the Ardent minis, are actually in the world as well. And that was really nice to see.
And those dungeons, well, they've different states, don't they? So if you had a dungeon corridor, you can put traps in and then activate. That's correct, isn't it?
Yeah. So a lot of the assets, especially the building assets, they do have some things like a static trap or an exploding trap. Like you said in the end, there's one particular vial that's on one of the tables. If the players interact with it, it explodes, which causes the end to go up in flames. So there is, we have streets like towns, we have like bandit camps, we have dungeon assets, we have forest assets, and a growing list of monsters. So, I mean, everything is really, I mean, especially games like D&D and Pathfinder and Starfinder, like any role-playing game, it's all about your imagination.
Yeah.
And these things don't limit your imagination. They make it work harder. Like they give you the opportunity to actually, oh, wow, I'm in this place. I'm actually, and especially like as Dave said, like with your character, I'm in there and I'm looking around at this room, because you can literally zoom right in and be looking around those assets yourself. And like, as you said, Steve, too. So the ability for people to just have that experience is especially for me as I'm literally a forever DM. Like, you know, being able to play a game like this, thank you so much. It's awesome. I love it.
You just got to get up before breakfast. That's fine.
But yeah, I just love the faces on people when they see that first card and that first asset pop out of the phone. It's like I get a little squee, like a little bit of joy, because they're just gone, wow. You know, I love that. It really is great. And even people that have been playing it, like, especially when you use it in certain situations, because as you know, as the dungeon master, you're the showman. You've got to give them the story to be built around. But if you're giving them all these tools, then it makes their lives so much easier to just jump into that role and be who their characters are.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got a quick one. Is the assets that you create, and I've had chats with Dr. Ralph on this as well, but how big can they go? Can you move it from mobile to VR, so that I can go and sit in the necromancer's lab, like an escape room, you know, and just I don't have to play the whole game. I don't want to walk around the whole dungeon, but that would be really cool.
That would be cool.
Can you go and visit? Like, so when they say, right, you're in a room, it's like an escape room, or there's a puzzle, and you could put the headset on and you could see the puzzle and it's glowing and you can move the glyphs around.
Funny you should say that. Technology? That, like VR and that sort of state, especially with AR glasses, that is on our roadmap right now. Like that is in the near future.
And do you need playtesters? Because
I'm still sticking my hand up for that yet at the moment. So
we can log in.
So I mean, I can't say what we've got on the cards because it's not my place to, but in the near future, that is something that we're looking at very heavily in. As for how big the assets go, I think if you go to our website or go to especially I think it's our website, and you look at some of the events and things like that we've done, what we do is we go and we do like a photo booth. So you can go and have yourself taken with a photo with a life-sized asset. So you could be standing next to a demon, or you could be, like, my favorite is the goose. Like, you could be standing next to a goose. That's a goose. So I had the goose attacking me. So, like, you know, it's...
I need to play for that. This weekend.
Yeah. So it just, like, all you need to do is you can, you know, get a card printed out on like an A3. We have at ardantroleplay.com/cards, which we've had in the link.
Yep.
You can get this. We've got a free list of cards. So there's 14 cards there that are actually free for people to be downloaded. They're just print and play. And if you download the app and you use the app, there's a certain amount of free assets that you can just log in and start using. and you can set them up yourself. Like set the card up on the ground, and you can like look at it and literally just using your phone, twitch it bigger. Like you won't see it standing next to it, but the person looking it through the phone can take the photo, and you're literally standing next to a lifelike figure, or in the room, like you say, in the inn.
Can you do video?
That is a question.
You can do video.
Chat. That is a question from the chat actually about. So for a beginner GM using Ardent, the DM interface for the first time, how difficult is it to learn the system? How easy or difficult is it to set up an environment area? If you wanted to do your own dungeon, for example.
I could teach you in 2 minutes.
Right.
It is that simple. It is really it's really intuitive. As a GM, you can set up a variety of encounters, whether you just want it to be a monster encounter or whether or not you want it to be a room or like the traps or whatever you want. There are different ways of using some of the assets, like because it's systems agnostic. So, you're looking at a direct card. Sometimes you can't put minis over the top of some assets because the actual thing gets blocked out.
Yeah.
So what you do is you have an overlay of the asset, and you can print that, or take a photo of that in your phone, like literally tap down, and you can transfer that straight to your favorite, Roll20, Fantasy Grounds, whatever you want, and have that as a map layer, and then have your minis on that as that way, so they can look at the room, see where they are in the room. But for tactical purposes, because people always want to be in their tactical view, they can still do that.
Yep.
So there's no limit on your imagination, and to teach a new GM, it's literally it is a 2-minute process. The GM creation kit is very easy to use.
So how many assets have you got at the moment?
Hundreds. I couldn't tell you the exact amount, but it is hundreds.
Right. And you've also got support, as you said, for pre-written adventures with the assets attached.
We are doing some pre-written adventures. We have a couple of Cthulhu adventures. We have an adventure that we did, Sandstone Secret, that's coming on there. We have a Necromancer of Naminar, which is like an introductory adventure. So we also have a quick start adventure. We have a series of adventures that are being made by myself and our engagement DM, Jacob, who will be creating these adventures every Thursday night on our stream at Twitch, Arden Roleplay Twitch, that will actually get added in. Plus, we have a series of adventures that are being done in conjunction with AAW. So they've created the adventures for us, and we're creating the actual assets and doing it that way. So there's going to be, if you're a DM that just wants to grab for a module or a one shot, you can literally log in, and you will have the opportunity in the very near future, and I'm talking weeks to a couple of months, to be able to run those adventures.
Very cool. So another question, and this one is about the assets that you have, and it's specifically about monsters, and it's which creature that you haven't already given the Ardent roleplay treatment would you most like to do next, and why is it Godzilla?
Godzilla, good choice. Interestingly enough, one of the assets that we're asked about very commonly is the Tarrasque.
The inside or the outside of the Tarrasque?
Yeah.
There's lots of adventures now where you go inside the Tarrasque.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think because of copyright that we can't actually do and call it the Tarrasque. But isn't Godzilla just a big Tarrasque? Really?
If you had an iPad or a phone, and you just move it, and you just see this giant eyeball, and you're like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
Oh. And you move it down, and you see these teeth listening at you. That's all you need. It's like, "Whoa, it's big."
The other one is the Goose Hydra.
Is that going to be the Ardent special?
That sounds
Did you get a
terrifying.
T-shirt with a Goose Hydra?
Oh my god! Oh my goodness! Actually, can I actually show you this? It's
You can put if you've got it. If it's on a website somewhere, we can put the link into chat.
I think I've just got the photo of it. Open original. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Hang on. Can I copy image? Save image?
Well, you can if you put it in Zoom chat, I can download it and then put it in
Okay.
OBS.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Or you can put it as your background, virtual background.
Oh, I can too, can
Yes, that's a good
I?
idea.
Hang on. Actually, let me do that. So, hang on.
All
I've got to
this
just
is fake. This
choose
is not
virtual
the
background.
I
And
do not
then
collect Funko Pops, and I do not have all these D&D books.
No, of course you don't.
This is not a
Background.
virtual background. I'm
add
genuinely
image.
Yeah, Will is an engineer, and that's just all the cables and put these collected over the years. This is like
Oh my
switches.
god, that's
Oh,
amazing.
look at it.
And terrifying.
Oh, that's wicked.
Yeah.
It would make so many honks.
I can just imagine like the sound of it approaching, like a sound of like geese, and then all of a sudden you see that. It's
Like someone
yeah.
pushing a brass band down some stairs.
Yeah. So I think that one's got my vote, but yeah, I think someone on Reddit created that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is good. So I mean, obviously we've been talking about the DM interface and stuff like that. So the giveaway that you're doing tonight is actually a 6-month free license to the GM login.
Yes.
Which means people will be able to go to the Ardent site. They will have access to your assets. They will be able to build their campaigns and use those assets. And as you said, if you download the cards from your site, print them out yourself, then you can program those cards. The cards are not fixed to an image, so there are some cards that are like, I think there's Bandit Camp, there's the Bandit, but you can program any asset to that card, so it's not.
Yes.
You don't need to
No.
buy the cards with it.
No. Yeah, we do have 14. We have 14 free cards, and they are a sample from each of our different decks. So, like the Marine deck, the Forest deck, the Mountain deck, the City deck, the Dungeon deck, and so on. We also do sell the cards at meeplesanddragons.com. .au, I think, maybe. But they do international sales as well, so there's no problem there. Any asset can be designated to any card. So if you, as a GM, you create a session in your adventure, and you could have, if you wanted 14 assets in that one session, linked to 14 of the 3 different cards.
So that is a very cool app, and with us hopefully returning to our tables is a great way to get your players immersed. But as Clint says, you can do this online as well, and obviously there's a chance for audience participation. So that's our giveaway for tonight. So I'm going to roll that now.
Don't forget, it's exclamation mark for everyone who's joined since, exclamation mark Ardent. Get
Yes.
in. You've got 10 seconds.
So I'll give it another minute on that, and in the meantime, we have got our other giveaway as well, which is Paizo PDF for the best question. So Clint, can I ask you to choose which was the best question that you asked, and you can include Dave's one in that as well. Dave did ask a question.
I think the Godzilla question, for sure. Yeah. And why is it not Godzilla? Yeah, I like that question.
I didn't actually see who asked that because it was sent to me in chat. So, Dave, I'm going to have to rely on you to identify who that was and collect their details.
That was
please.
Baron Snowhand.
Cool. Okay, well done, Baron.
Baron Snowhand. Steve, you just grab a pencil, just write it down.
Yeah, I will do.
I do have pen and paper, but I will write it down as well. Baron Snowhand, well done. You got the best question. So you get a free Paizo PDF It could be a cool rule book. It could be something brand new. If you haven't already seen, Paizo did their release.
Humble Bundle?
The Humble Bundle, but they did all their new releases coming out this year. There's like a dozen new releases, all new books coming out. So you might even get one of them. You might get a cool rule book, which alone is like 50 quid. It's a PDF. You do have to have a Paizo account, but it's free to set up. Just go to paizo.com. You just need a username and an email address. That's it. And they will send it to that and they will download it. So, yeah. Baron Snowhand, well done.
Yeah, congratulations. So I'm going to roll the giveaway now, which will be the 6-month subscription to the GM interface on Ardent. We did say you could enter. You are a player.
Steve.
Congratulations, you have won. Dave,
How does
you
it feel?
are the winner.
You're a player.
Dave,
You're allowed to
Dave
win
won.
competitions.
I'm a player.
You're a player
It
tonight.
counts.
You're the winner.
There we go. It might not count. I don't know. We'll have a chat.
We'll have a chat after the stream.
Yeah.
So I have screen capped the other entrance, and Dave and I will have a wee chat afterwards, and we'll reach out to you should we decide if we're gonna re-roll that. Okay, thank you very much. So we'll.
Cheers. And again, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, it's much
No, it's
appreciated.
It was
been,
an early
It's been
start.
really good fun, man.
yeah, it's been a bit. I'm having a great time. Thank you. I don't mind getting up early. Like, I'm usually up anyway, but having something to do this early is nice.
It's good you said that, Clint, because we might have some more early mornings for you if you're interested in playing.
Happy to. I'd love to.
Chat.
You've got to bring a goose hydra, though. That's the
Yes,
rules.
that is
He's
it
right
now.
behind me.
That has to be canon in something.
Crowbar it
Make
in,
it happen.
even if it's Starfinder.
But you need an Ardent T-shirt with the Goose Hydra.
Oh,
Everyone's
would
got
be cool.
dragons. No
I
one's
would
got
buy
a Goose
the hell
Hydra.
out of that, man.
Yeah.
I got this T-shirt in 2019. So this was the PAX crew T-shirt. So.
Oh, cool.
But we've got a ton of merch at on our website. So the t-shirts, mugs, wind cheaters, blazers, that sort of stuff.
But
With
does
Goose
it have
Hydras
a
on?
Goose Hydra?
Yeah, we're gonna have to get the Goose Hydra added. Like, it's definitely. I'm gonna push for it.
It needs to be the thing now. It's like
That needs to be the logo.
that as an Easter egg
Yeah.
somewhere in
Yeah.
the
Easter
necromancer's
egg.
lair somewhere. It's just you unlock this thing and a Goose Hydra pops up. Forget mimics. There's a chest
Yeah.
and a Goose Hydra pops up.
Oh, I'm horrified at the noise.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for someone like with sound to actually make the noise of this charging Goose Hydra.
Right, Baron Snowhand, do you have? So Baron Snowhand, I was going to say a naturalist. That's the wrong kind of thing.
A naturalist. is the word you're
that one,
looking for.
yeah.
Not a naturist. That's something entirely different.
Yes. So, Baron, do you have? Can you get hold of recordings of bird sounds, especially geese honking?
In particular, geese.
And we'll send it over to Ardent. We send it to
So
Clint, and he can do what he wants.
I'm just going to finish one more thing. Then we're actually going to play this game. So it's interesting that ducks quacks don't echo, right?
They don't.
But they do when your duck's got 8 heads.
Yes.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that Josh was on stream this evening.
It's like tumbleweed. So I've been talking to a load of people who make some kind of software, and they have the fantastic Harrison button, and it's that was the moment. If only we had the tumbleweed button, and you get tumbleweed. We need that.
What if you get like a tumbleweed where it like rolls across the Twitch chat?
Yeah, just do an animation to just go
Yeah.
across the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Dave doesn't have any control when I'm doing this game.
I am just a player. I have no control.
Right. So
Until
thank you
after
for that. You're all dead. Yeah. Let's carry on. Right.
Baron just said yes. He will get us a recording.
Awesome.
So there you know.
we'll use that to horrify people in future games. I'm just picturing how he's going to capture a goose honking.
with immense amounts of fear.
Just imagine him with a little backpack and like a recording thing, walking up to ducks and geese.
In waders in the middle of this pond somewhere.
Baron is also setting you right. Apparently, duck quacks do echo. It's an urban myth that they don't.
Oh, okay. Now I'm unfunny and
you have
wrong.
to edit that bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to clip this entire
All right,
5-minute
we'll
segment
just
out
get
of
rid of
video.
this for the YouTube.
Right, okay. Back to the game.
To the game.
So where we left off before we went on the break, you'd finished loading all of the weapons onto the back of the trucks, and you are now ready to depart. You have plans in place with Anya and the Resistance, and you intend to divert your path away from the Hobgoblin Armory and in fact deliver these weapons to the Resistance at their headquarters up in the mountain. There are 2 trucks. There are 6 of you. I'll leave it up to you how you want to divide up responsibility for each truck, but I would suggest that some of you ride on each and maybe split your numbers equally. Yes, Cowboy?
I can fly, but can I drive?
Yes, because weirdly enough, in Starfinder, all vehicle operation checks are piloting checks.
Fantastic. I am going to take the front vehicle.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have a driver.
I can do the front vehicle. I'm good at driving.
Now you're as good as me, Bog.
Now, boys, there's 2 trucks.
Yeah,
No need
plus
to make
10.
some measuring competition.
Oh boy.
There's no need to make some measuring competition. We know that you'll lose, Cowboy. We went through that last week.
No. Again.
Okay, so it looks like you have your two drivers volunteering. How do the rest of you want to divvy up between the trucks? Glacker and Schenk will ride shotgun on the other 2. They'll split up. One will go in one will go in the other. Miss Omi, Vec, what do you want to do?
I'll go on the back one unless you've got a preference.
Oh, I can go on the front one.
If I go on the back one, and there's one goblin on each one, right? Extra.
There's Glacker and Schenk, one on each truck. Vog is driving one of the trucks. Cowboy is driving the other.
How fast do the trucks move?
They move at 15 feet per round. They're pretty slow.
Okay.
So that translates to a speed of 50 miles per hour.
Okay.
Well, I was thinking it was going to be a car chase, but at 50 miles an hour, it's not. It's one of those dodgy car chases where people walk faster than the vehicles.
Similar like in Wallace and Gromit, where they're laying.
Yeah.
They're each carrying what, 25 tons.
Yeah.
It's
not a high speed car chase.
What's that film when the guy in the ice hockey rink he goes, "I'm gonna kill you"?
Is that Austin Powers or is that Deadpool?
Gold. No, it's Austin Powers.
Yeah. It's chasing the guys that trying to fall away.
Well,
like,
when he's
kill you.
when he's got the Zamboni.
Yeah.
Oh, they did it in Deadpool as well. They did it in Deadpool.
Okay.
The drone can travel at 30, so the drone is just gonna patrol around because he can move at double speed. The drone is gonna go round the 2 vehicles in a figure of 8.
Yeah, there is a difference between. So that's the speed per round. They are slow moving, but it does do 50 mile an hour. So your drone just zooming around like that, it will exhaust its battery fairly quickly.
Okay, the drone will get on with me then.
Okay.
In my mind, I was thinking like Mad Max chase, and then Vec could be in like the last truck, and there'd be red barrels. You can throw them out and explode things. It's ice hockey.
Really slow. It's all this drama.
Right out, and the whole thing
Really
would
slowly.
explode in front of his face. We just walk around and like catch it.
Right. So who's taking the front truck?
You're
I
an
guess so.
escalator.
I guess I'm driving the front truck.
Okay. Dave, you're driving the second.
I wouldn't call it driving now. It was like 15 miles an hour. I fly through
50
asteroids and
50 miles per hour. 15 feet per round equals
I'm
50
used to
miles
faster
an hour.
than light drives. What am I supposed to just put my finger on the button to keep it pressed?
You can have
When
one
it goes,
arm,
it stops.
you know, just get the arm out the window, get a bit of a tan going on, cruise up the mountain. It'd be easy. Right, you set off in convoy. Vogue, you're
Very
driving the
slowly.
lead vehicle, and Cowboy, you're in the second. So you have Glacker and Vec, and Misomi and Shenk is travelling with Vogue.
Hey, Bog, buckle up.
Can you say clunk click anymore? Is that allowed?
Why would
Let's
it
go.
not be allowed?
Because Jimmy Savile did the advertising campaign for it.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough. I don't remember that, and that's fine.
So you set off. You find the road, well, you're directed towards the road to the armory, and you set off. You slowly, in very low gears, begin to climb the mountain. You are carrying 25 tons, as Misomi pointed out. You are
Like this.
starting off at a slow, steady pace. But slowly you work your way through the gears and you coax into a slightly higher speed.
Carrying 25 tons
I'm
up
in
a
bed.
mountain.
Ah!
You'd be grateful we're not going backwards.
You finally wake your way through the gears, and you do reach a fairly stable cruising speed of 50 miles an hour, which actually is more than enough because you realise that this isn't really a road that goes up the side of the mountain. It's more like a track, and if you've ever seen the Patagonian Pass in South America, you are driving hard up against the cliff face on one side and hard up against a sheer drop on the other.
I've seen that, and any time I see it, I just go, nope.
Yeah, that is what you are currently traversing. So the fact you're only going at 50 mile an hour is still hair-raising enough, possibly to satisfy a cowboy's need for adrenaline. Far below you, you can see the camp start to disappear into the distance, start to get smaller and smaller. You start to lose some of that detail, and again you become to appreciate how tall this mountain is. You know, you saw it on the way down when you was descending into land at the labour camp, and again as you rise up the side of this mountain, you get to appreciate how big it is. You eventually begin to head towards what looks like the entrance to another mine, so a sort of a covered tunnel. And you can see the obvious Gideon Authority signs that are labelled, point you off towards the armory up this covered tunnel. Vogue, as you are aware at this point, this is your point of no return. You can head up the tunnel to the armory, or you can continue on this weather-beaten track up the side of the mountain to the Resistance headquarters. What is it you wish to do?
We're going to the Resistance headquarters, and I guess that's when I activate Order 66.
God damn it, Bog.
So, as you make the decision, you push your foot down ever slightly so harder and coax a few more miles an hour out of the tired engine. You zoom past the entrance to the covered tunnel and you continue up the mountain pass. Far below you, you can see the camp suddenly blossom into light as various explosions appear. Buildings go up, a fuel dump goes up. You can see these explosions start to make their way across the encampment towards the front gates, towards where the vehicle store and the boss are currently parked. You just about make out the doors go down, and you see a large body of people start to swarm towards the gate entrance and make their way through. There are obviously sounds of gunfire from the towers, but that doesn't seem to stop this mass crowd from heading out. Again, you see a few more explosions as some of the vehicles blossom into light and are destroyed. You then start to see the boss rise up into the air shakily. Cowboy become a bit tense at this point as somebody else is driving your beloved vehicle. But it gets off the ground safely enough. It doesn't take any damage. There are a few pot shots that ricochet off the hull, but you're pretty sure the boss can withstand that sort of damage. It then zooms across the horizon, across the base of the mountain, and disappears from view. Obviously taking the quickest route away from any potential gunfire and any potential damage. The remainder of the crowd that were left behind when the boss took off begin to disperse, begin to make their escape from various directions. Some of them steal vehicles, some of them make off on foot. More vehicles yet explode as those that are already on fire spread to the others. However, you do notice that there are, around the same time that the boss takes off, 2 helicopters also take to the air. They don't actually pursue the boss for very long. Obviously, the Starship is much quicker than in atmosphere vehicle, and they turn instead, start to increase their elevation and make their way towards you. This is, I guess, expected, but something that you now need to deal with. Those 2 helicopters are heading in your direction. It looks like they intend to give pursuit and try and stop you somehow. Obviously realise that the theft of the weapons and what went on in the camp was merely distraction. Their target is to stop you from delivering those weapons to the resistance. What do you wish to do?
We got any faster
more?
books?
Yeah.
We've got company. It'd be good to get undercover.
How far away is the resistance base?
You know the resistance base is inside the mountain, and there is another covered tunnel to reach it, but it is about 8 minutes away.
And how far behind are the choppers now?
They're going to be on you within the next 2 minutes.
Is there somewhere we can set up a defense along the path? Or
you're completely exposed?
Okay, so I say to whoever, was it Glarker or Schenk, whoever's with me, to, I don't know, start, give us cover or whatever, and there's nothing to do except keep driving.
Can I ask a question outside of game?
Yep.
We're transporting a load of weapons, laser rifles, and frag grenades, right?
Correct.
How easy is it to open the boxes?
Very easy. You have the code.
Lovely. I know what I'm doing. Can I open a box of grenades?
You can. They are Mark II frag grenades, if you'd like to look that up on Archives of Nephis. And the rifles are tactical infinity rifles.
Can the rifles be fired one hand?
No, they're two-handed.
I have to see if I can put on that window. Can I get any more speed out of this rust bucket?
You think it might be possible? Yes. Make me an engineering check, please.
Yeah. Check. I guess I'm not an engineer now. But I have a basic. 14.
That's not quite enough. You know what you need to do. You need to remove the limiters. So basically, you're gonna just over rev the engine it will give you a short burst of speed. It will ultimately damage the engine to the point where it's going to break, but you have a short distance to go before you get in this covered tunnel. And once you get in that covered tunnel, you know that these helicopters are not going to be able to follow you. So, damaging the truck to the point of breaking it, as long as it lasts those 8 minutes, you're good.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you want to explain that to Vog can try. So what will allow you to do is, when we get into the combat part of this, you can make that check during your round if you want to try and get some extra speed.
Okay. So I explain that. I explain the mechanics to Vog and say, right, what I need you to do is push that button when I say.
Push the button.
Yeah, it's really technical, I know, but just push that button when I say.
Okay.
Push the turbo button. Okay, so Vec.
NOS.
Yeah. When
NOS at 50 mile an hour NOS.
it's going to go 55.
We're going to really feel it. Any second now.
So Vec and Glaka have pulled out a couple of infinity rifles. They're basically arming themselves to the teeth with grenades. So hopefully one of them doesn't pull the pin stupidly and drop it into the back of the truck. And it's goodbye forever. Do you want to pass that information on to Masomi and Shenk as well, so they can arm themselves? Okay. So there is grenades and infinity rifles for you to as well, if you wish to use them. Otherwise, we'll move into the next stage, unless there's anything else you want to do.
No, not yet. But I'm just tooling myself up with grenades, to be honest.
Okay. All right. So as you struggle to push these trucks on faster, make the final run to safety, as it were. Your passengers climb into the back of the trucks. They pull weapons, arm themselves, and prepare to repel the helicopters as much as they can. You probably realise by now that it's going to be crewed by the Vanguard, and they're only going to have one thing in mind: stopping you at any means necessary. After a couple of minutes, the helicopters reach your elevation. There are a few hundred yards behind, but clearly outpacing you. They are moving faster. Let's roll initiative.
Good one.
Even worse. I'm doing L2.
I rolled for both choppers separately and rolled the same number. Awesome.
Is that good or bad?
Well, it's a waste of a roll.
Depends what that number is.
Vog.
15. Do you want me to roll for Glucker and Shenk?
No, what I'm going to do is just, you can do them on your turn. So if you want to do Shenk, Vec can do Glucker.
Okay. So yeah, I have 15.
Yep. Okay, Miss Amy.
1 + 1 is 2.
Awesome.
Rolling well tonight.
You are. Cowboy.
I got a dirty 20.
And Vec.
7.
Okay, right, top of the round. Cowboy, you are up first.
So while I'm driving, I want to concentrate on that. But if what I'm thinking is, can I put my machine gun across my lap, aim it out the window, and fire towards one of the helicopter things?
Yes, you can, but they're going to have to be in front of you because obviously you can't lean round with it. You can do what you said and prop it up on the window. So if it's alongside you or in front of you, that's fine, but not behind you. They're currently behind you, so you've got no shot.
Okay. But in that case, if I can fire it out the window, you're saying I can also fire it out the windscreen.
Yes, you can.
Oh, cool. Okay, right. I will wait until we're in a better position. There's nothing I can do right now, so I will concentrate on driving.
Okay.
If there's anything else, I Vogue, push the button now. Let's see if we can do that.
Okay, all right. So you say over the radio to Vogue that the choppers are getting closer and encouraging him to go into turbo because obviously there's nothing you could do. There's not much point in you going faster because all you're going to do is hit the track in front.
Yeah, I'll push it this way.
Okay. Right, that's your go over. What I will do is allow you to hold your attack action. Okay. So it's my go first. The first chopper. You see it reach almost where you are. Sort of, it goes into sort of a hover mode above the second truck. Twist sideways. You get a better look at it, and it's a very light frame, almost helicopter. There's a very cramped pilot's cockpit up the front, very sparse, but has a large open cabin to the back, and you can see there are 3 hobgoblins inside, particularly Vec and Glacker in the bed of the truck. One of them has what looks like a rocket launcher. So stood in the cabin space, the hobgoblin, in fact, both choppers do this simultaneously. They both twist sideways, and both fire their rockets. Not at the trucks, because obviously they don't want to blow these weapons up, but at the road in front of you. The rockets explode and form this crater about 30 yards ahead of you. So you, Cowboy and Vogue, you're going to need me to make piloting checks. So, Cowboy, you held an action, and at this point, you have a decision to make. You can take your prepared shot at the second chopper, which is pulled alongside you. So the first one is above you, and that's not in your view, but the second one has actually pulled alongside you. You can take a pot shot at that chopper if you wish, but then you won't be able to perform the piloting check very well on the to avoid the pothole that's now in front of you.
The road explodes. I'm going to concentrate on the road.
Okay. Right. That's the 2 actions for the choppers. Vogue, you are next, and Schenk. So, what do you want to do? You've seen the road explode in front of you. There is a crater. Do you just want to ride it out and hope for the best, and you try and take some evasive action?
If I can sort of safely get through it, so maybe I don't know, if it's like covering the whole road, then I just go push through it and hope for the best. Otherwise, I take the safest possible course.
Okay, you can steer. There is a bit of an incline rather than a sheer cliff face to your right hand side now. So you can try and steer around it. You will need to make a piloting check. You try and avoid the worst of the dump. What they're trying to do is obvious to you is basically cause you to crash into that crater and stop you from driving any further. So you can just try and evade around it. So make me a piloting check, please. Same for you, Cowboy, please.
25.
Nice.
I'm 23.
Oh, very good. Right, so you both take the same evasive action. You steer around the crater. The back end of the trucks do go out over the space of the crater, and the people sat in the back are jostled around, but you avoid diving straight in and avoid getting caught up. So that's good. Their attempt at trying to stop you that round failed. So, Schenk, you do get an attack if you wish, if you want to take a shot at either the choppers or the people in the cabin. Or it's up to you, pilot.
He'll shoot at the pilot.
Okay. Roll me an attack, please.
Okay. Oh no, that's a natural 1.
Oh no.
No. Unfortunately, that fact when you hit air with the truck, obviously jostled him enough to put him off completely. That is a complete air shot. That's a complete miss. Okay, if you want to make me your engineering check as well, please, to see if you can coax a bit more speed out of the engine.
That's a 20, dirty 20.
Yep, okay, so you do manage to spur a little bit more speed out, and you do zoom forwards, creating a bit more space between you and the truck behind. Okay, Vec, you're up.
Right. I take one of the grenades, pull the pin, let it cook slightly, and then throw it towards the closest helicopter.
Okay, what are you trying to do? Get it inside the cabin?
No, the reason I'm letting it cook is I want to get it to airburst in front, so the lightly armoured helicopter flies through the frag.
Okay, right. Make me an attack roll then, please.
$14 with 17.
17 to hit. Yep, that is good enough. Roll me your damage, please.
So D6. Hang on, I've just looked up grenades. It's a Mark II, isn't
Mark
it?
II frag grenade, yeah.
Mark II frag grenade. Damage 2d6.
Yep.
Five.
Okay. So you cook the grenade. You do it. You do exactly what you described. You throw it up in the air. It gets enough elevation. Fortunately, that helicopter is right above you anyway. It bursts. Shrapnel shatters all across the front screen where the pilot is. He looks a bit shocked, but actually, it hasn't done much damage at all. It's cracked the polycarbonate screen. It's scratched it, but structurally, it doesn't appear to have done much damage at all.
Okay. Have I got another action, and can I do the same thing?
No, that is your action.
Let's try.
I'm on a cart full of free grenades, so I want to get happy with them.
You can move. You can take a quick action, but if you want to do two attacks, then you need to let me know. So you're doing the full attack option because you get minuses to hit.
Still got them I've still got the lump of metal in my cheeks. I can remove that as a swift action, and then can I try and drop it into the path of whatever's following us because I'm on the back truck?
How big is this lump of metal?
It's a cubic foot, and the things that are following you are flying, so it wouldn't make that much of a difference.
I will make more room for grenades though, so I'm going to get rid of that.
Yeah.
I may end up leaving with a cubic foot of grenades.
Right, okay.
I have so many questions right now.
Right, can you roll your attack for Glacker then, please?
Yep.
Are you doing the same or something else?
Yes, I'm going to do the same. What's their dex?
It's 4.
15.
Yep, that's good enough. Roll your damage, please.
5 again.
Okay, so again, it seems to make a pretty explosion and spatters shrapnel all over the skin in the helicopter, but it doesn't really seem to be doing much at all in the way of physical damage. Maybe a different approach is needed.
Yep.
Okay, that's your goes, Misomi.
How far away am I from the one that was just hit?
You're probably now about 50 feet away because Vogue gave you that extra burst of speed.
Okay, and is that the closest one to me?
Yeah.
Okay. I would just like to try and assist in going quicker.
Okay.
Right. Trying to not make it look obvious that we're attacking.
I think I can.
Not
I think I can.
Not
I think I can.
I've got complete faith in you. I mean, I can rob some things to encourage you. but she's not aware of what's happening behind, so she's just going with the we're trying to get out of this and not get any heat. And of course, it's all going tits up behind.
Okay, I'll let you aid Vog in his next round's engineering check if he wants to do a check for speed, or aid in a piloting check if you spot a hazard on the road or something like that.
Okay, right.
Right, top of the round, Cowboy, you're up.
So I kind of made it through the road explosion.
You did. There is a helicopter flying alongside you currently.
Then I will
take a pot shot.
Fire the machine gun.
Go for it.
Oh, that's pretty good. So I got a 19 in total.
That is a hit.
A range of 60 feet.
Yep, that is a hit. Roll your damage, please.
It is 2d10. I got a 9 and an 8.
That is good damage. So with 2 loud retorts, you fire a burst of bullets out of your light machine gun, cradled across your lap. It strikes the side of the helicopter, damaging part of the exhaust case in the back, and thick black smoke starts to pour out. It doesn't immediately start to slow down, but the pilot sort of jinks the side a bit to try and take some evasive action, try and get a bit more distance between you and himself. So he definitely did some damage. That was a good move.
That's cool. It's fine if it wants to go off and land somewhere. That's perfectly fine. I don't mind.
So anything else you want to? Well, there's nothing else you really can do unless you want to do a move equivalent action.
No, concentrate back on the road. So it's let's say, it's out of my line of sight at the moment.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Right, my turn.
Do I see this tunnel we were talking about?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But then you're spiraling up a mountain, so you're probably not going to see it until you're right on top of it.
Pedal to the metal. Or button.
Right. So from the chopper that you just shot at, the 3 passengers pull out their own laser rifles, and they start taking pot shots at your truck. You don't think they're necessarily shooting at you, but they're shooting at the front of the truck. Maybe they're trying to take the engine out. So that is a miss with a first shot. A laser rifle they're shooting. That is also a miss. That one horribly careens off of the cliff face. Jesus H. Christ, that is going over there, never to be used again. So that is 3 misses. 3 laser rifle shots come out the side of this chopper that you hit with your machine gun. All aimed towards your truck, all aimed with intent, all failing to hit miserably. So 2 of them careen off of the cliff face way behind you, even though you're not moving very fast, and the other one just hits just ahead of you. So that's that one done. The first chopper, however, the one that was hovering above you, puts on a burst of acceleration towards Vog's truck, who's managed to coax extra speed out and has actually built up a bit of a lead in front of you now. It flies down in the gap between the 2 trucks and then accelerates forward and bashes the first truck from behind. Just rams into the back of it. Vog, can you make me a piloting check, please?
17.
17. That is good. So even though you're unaware of this happening, as soon as you feel it, your reactions are quick enough. And I'll give you the bonus as well from Masomi's aid. So, even you're not aware of this happening, your reactions are quick enough just to save it. I mean, what they were trying to do is actually try and push off the road. They've realised you're probably not going to stop, so they're now out for potentially destroying you or preventing you from delivering a weapon. So this helicopter has rammed you in the back with intent of running you off the road. You just managed to save it, just managed to bring it back into control and keep it on the road. But the truck has taken some damage. So I will roll that. So your truck takes a total of 18 damage. Now,
Ow.
that's not too bad. The trucks are built to last. They are heavy trucks, but still, you've been rammed by a helicopter.
Okay. Did the helicopter take damage?
It didn't. No. That's actually its attack.
Okay.
So it then moves out to the side of the road, so it's not in that gap anymore. It's flying alongside halfway between truck number 1 and truck number 2, but still fairly low level. So Cowboy, on your next go, you could take a pot shot out of the windscreen at it. And obviously anybody that's in the back of the first truck can shoot directly at the helicopter as well. Okay, that's the choppers go. Vog and Chink, you're up next.
Do Shank. So his attack.
Yep.
That is an 18 plus
5.
whatever plus bonus.
I think it's
Okay,
5.
so that what 23.
Yep, that is a hit. Roll damage, please.
What's the damage on the laser rifles? 2d6. No, 1d6.
I think it's 1d8 on the
1d8
rifles. Yeah.
That's an 8.
Awesome.
Nice.
That does do some damage. So that burns a nice neat hole through the cockpit windscreen and into an instrument panel in the back. And again, you see some smoke start to fill the cockpit. Yep, that did some damage. Good shot.
And I guess I try and get a bit more speed out of it.
Okay.
So engineering, right?
Yes, please.
Another 18, so 20.
Yep, that is good. You managed to maintain the speed you already accelerated to and give it a bit more as well. So this gap between you and the truck behind is getting even bigger now.
Come on, Cowboy, keep up, mate.
Okay, Vec and Glacker.
Okay, I'm going to use a swift action to stash as many grenades as I can into my cheek pouches.
Okay.
I've been trying to find the size of them. I think I'm now probably on a list. They have a drawn size of L.
Which is light.
Oh, it's light.
For bulk.
Yes.
That's light. How many drawn sizes of L can I get in a cubic foot?
I'll say that you can have 4 grenades.
Thanks. Oh. So I stuff 4 into my cheek pouches as a swift action, and I pick up a 5th one. And this time, instead of cooking it and trying to get it to explode in front of the helicopter, because they're still attacking the vehicle in front of us, I'm aiming for the grenade to blow up in between the rotor blade and the tail blade, so it will spin out of control, breaking the stem at the back. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a professional helicopter man.
Okay. Rotate them for me.
11.
No, although you cook it, you overcook it and it explodes far too early. It actually spatters the front of your own vehicle with shrapnel.
Okay.
Not doing any real damage, but
No.
it puts Cowboy off a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, what are you doing with Glacker?
With Glacker's going to take a shot with a laser rifle.
Okay, roll it for me then, please. It's +5 to the D20 roll.
11
in total.
in total.
Again, that misses. Well, it doesn't miss. You do hit the helicopter, but the armor plating that is there, although it is only a light helicopter, manages to withstand the beam.
Okay.
Okay, that's your go over, Masomi.
Am I now 25 foot away from the nearest helicopter?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm kind of going to turn around, look at it, and I'm guessing it's the person driving it needs to make a reflex save.
Okay. That is a 15 in total.
You save, nothing happens. This is not going well for me this evening.
Okay.
There's like a few crackles of electricity, but they're just almost aesthetic rather than damaging.
Right.
On the outside.
It grounds out on the frame of the helicopter.
Yeah.
Doesn't hit the
Doesn't
pilot
do anything.
inside.
No.
Okay. Cowboy, you're up next. This is round 3.
You said the helicopter was coming in sight.
The helicopter is almost directly in front of you. It's just off to the side.
Okay, I will shoot again using the machine gun.
Yep, go for it.
15.
15. Yep, that hits.
Okay. That's a was an 8-ish and a 2. So 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay, you do hit it. Not as well as the other one. You didn't quite get that sort of critical point, if you like. There's no real exposed tender pieces from the shot you're taking now. It ricochets off the tail, going for what Vec was trying to do. It does do damage, but not quite enough to do any critical impact to its speed. Okay, next up is the 2 choppers. So the second chopper, which is the one that you shot last round, moves into a position above the bed of the truck. The one of the hobgoblins drops a grenade from the helicopter into the back of the truck.
Into where Vec is?
Correct.
In my truck.
In your truck.
Oh shit.
That's a 23, so it lands in the bed of the truck and then explodes. But it's not the explosion you were expecting. It explodes with sticky strands of webbing that spread out and fill the entire back of the truck, covering everything, including Vec and Glacker. So, Vec and Glacker, can you make me a reflex saving throw, please?
Skills. Reflex saving throw. Build. Reflex saving throw.
Can I see in the back? Is it an open system?
It's completely open. Completely open.
Right.
Plus 6. 17. 17 plus 6 is 23.
23, yeah, that's a pass. And for Glacker, it's plus 5.
8.
8 in total.
8 in total.
Okay, so Glacker is completely covered in these sticky strands and is currently entangled up against some of the weapon crates. So
a web grenade.
It's a web grenade, yeah. You managed to avoid the sticky strands. You hid behind one of the boxes, so you are free. But Glacker is entangled. And then from above you see the one that dropped grenade and one of the other hobgoblins who are now attached to cables descend down using their move action into the bed of the truck. The one that dropped the grenade stands there ready, but the other one pulls a tactical lash, a monofilament whip from his belt and moves to attack you, Vec. That is a 9 to hit, which will be a miss.
I don't suppose these trucks have an autopilot feature.
No, they don't. Okay, that's chopper number 2 done. So chopper number 1 does exactly the same thing. It moves into hover above the bed of the first truck, above Masomi and Schenk. One tries to drop a grenade down. That is 25. So that is a hit. It lands in the bed of the truck, explodes again in this sticky webbing. So Masomi and Schenk, can you roll me reflex saving throws, please?
15.
14.
Yep, you both pass. You both manage to avoid the effects of the webbing grenade. But again, two of the hobgoblins from the chopper descend down cables into the back. One pulls a tactical lash and goes to attack you, Masami. That is an 8 to hit, which is a miss.
No.
Okay, so where we are now is both choppers are above each truck. There are two goblins in the back of each truck. Glaka is entangled, and yeah, it's Vog and Schenk's go.
So, what's the condition of the helicopters?
One of the helicopters has smoke billowing out the back of it. That's the chopper that's above Cowboy's truck. The one above your truck is damaged, but nowhere near as bad as the second one.
Okay. I guess he'll use the laser rifle on the one with the tactical with the lash.
Yeah. Okay. Rotate them for me.
What's his plus? It's 15.
Yeah, it's +5, so that's 30-20. Yeah, that's a hit.
No. Sorry, it was a 10. Right,
Okay.
I rolled a 10, so +5. Yeah, 15.
Yeah, that's it. That's a hit.
Yep.
Roll damage.
1d8. And that's a 3.
Okay. Yep. So Schenk takes a shot at the guy with the tactical lash. He hits. It does damage, but these Vanguard hobgoblins are just vicious brutes. He seems to just look down in disdain at this laser shot. Doesn't seem to have had much effect on his morale. He's intent on destroying something.
Can I use my pistol from the front to shoot him while driving?
Because you've got a pistol, yes, I'll allow you to use your pistol.
Okay, so...
And if you want to use your pistol, Cowboy, you can, but you just can't use your machine gun.
That's plus for ranged is 4, so that is a 17.
That is a hit. Roll damage, please. On the same one, yeah?
Yep. 5.
Nice.
So that is 1d6 just plain. So 5 damage.
Okay. Yep. You take a shot out of the cabin into the back of the truck. You hit the same hobgoblin square in the chest. He did notice that one. He's not going to ignore that. Whatever he had intended, he may have changed his mind.
Okay, and then as a quick action,
yep.
Can I use my Venom Spur?
You're not in melee range because he's at the back of the truck.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay, Vec and not Glaka because Glaka is entangled.
Is the rope still hanging down from the helicopter?
Yes, it will be till the end of this round, yeah.
Okay, can my drone can climb vertical surfaces, so can my drone climb up the helicopter, climb up the rope and attack the pilot?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, it can attack the other hobgoblin that's in the cabin first, because there is another one in the cabin.
Okay. In that case, I'll get the drone to attack the one that's the hobgoblin that's on the truck, and I'll go up the rope and attack the pilot.
Okay. Right. You need to
what would you like
rotate
first?
your drone with rotate your drone on the first hobgoblin.
13. And that is a 14.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Uh, 2 plus 4, 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. Is that the electricity claw?
Yeah, it's polarizing as well.
Yeah. So the drone wheels over to the hobgoblin and jabs it with its cattle prod. That electricity damage it did not like. Okay, you'll go.
And I'm gonna use my rat-like reflexes to climb up the rope.
Okay, roll me a check then, please. Athletics check.
Athletics check. Okay. Athletics check. I get +5 to athletics checks. 12 with the +5.
12 with a +5. Yeah, that is not enough.
That is not enough.
You are not getting up that rope.
Okay.
You still have your action because I'll allow that as a move action.
I'm gonna. There's two goblins on the back of the truck. The one that my drone has attacked, I'm gonna shoot with a needler.
Okay, go for it.
17.
That's a hit. Roll your damage, please.
One. No, 3. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. It again. It didn't like it. It is looking damaged, but not enough to quite take it down yet.
Okay.
Okay. Masami, you're up.
Okay, so she's standing there in the cab. It's all webbing around her, and there's a hobgoblin in front of her.
Yes. Two hobgoblins in front of you.
Okay. I'm going to look at the one closest and I go, oh, it's like this then, is it? You really are detestable creatures. And she is going to make an attack with ectoplasmic barrage.
Okay.
Probably misplaced in the way that I've been rolling this evening. Oh, maybe not. What do I add? 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits both their armor classes, and the energy one is really low.
Oh, yes. Please take 6 points of damage against your KAC, bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so the first one that's been damaged by both Vog and Schenk, you hit square in the chest with this ectoplasmic blast, causing him to fall backwards out the back of the truck onto the road and be summarily run over and flattened entirely by the truck driven by a cowboy that's following.
What he deserves.
So he is down. Congratulations. That's one down. The second one, who uninjured from the previous round, takes the damage, but he's still standing, and he's starting to draw his tack clash, and he's ready to attack. Okay, that's
So
that.
how far is it from the tunnel?
A few more minutes yet.
Shit.
Cowboy, this is now round 4.
If I have a robot body, can I turn my head around to look behind me?
I don't think that's ever come up. We'll say yes.
So I'm driving and I'm kind of concentrating on there, and I know that Vec is fighting in the back.
Yeah.
And you said it's all open.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I can go like that with my pistol.
Yeah, and just turn your head round.
And turn my head 180 and fire.
Okay, I will allow that.
I love it.
And then just turn it back and keep on driving.
Thank you for the nightmare fuel.
That's incredible.
Remember, I am a robot. So this is a 16.
Yep, that hits. That hits.
And it's only a 1d6. The pistol, I got a 4. There's nothing else I add to it. It's 4.
Okay. That is also good enough. I'm assuming you're attacking the same one that the Vec drone and Vec both attacked last round.
Yeah.
So that is enough. You do the shot over the shoulder, but without using a mirror.
With the head.
The head turns all the way around 180 degrees. You fire backwards, hit that one in the chest, and he goes tumbling over the back of the truck, lifeless to the floor. That's another one down. Congratulations.
Did you watch a
Turn
lot
back round. Put it back in my leg. Carry on driving.
Did you watch a lot of Crash Test Dummies when you were growing up?
It works.
Right, round 4. The front chopper, the one that was hovering over Vog's truck, accelerates and lowers itself into position in front of the truck, about 25 feet in front of Vog's truck. It's keeping pace with the speed you're going, and the hobgoblin that's left in the cabin is going to take a pot shot at the front of your truck to try and damage the radiator or the engine. That is a hit. So there's a laser beam that strikes the front of the truck, and it does hit, but these trucks are made of stern stuff. It seems to have just absorbed the damage. There's a slight red cherry spot as the heat is dissipated. It doesn't seem to have done any permanent damage. But that helicopter is now right in front of your truck, keeping pace, hovering there. If there was some way of you coaxing some additional speed, you might be able to return the favour where it rammed you earlier by ramming it. Chopper number 2 continues to hover over the bed of the second truck, but the hobgoblin on board there starts to take some pot shots at the cliff face. And you notice above you, Cowboy, there are some areas of loose rock, and these shots that are coming in from the cabin cause a small avalanche of small rocks and gravel to come in your direction. You need to make me a piloting check, please.
Ooh, that's 13 plus 15.
13 plus 15,
16.
29.
No, sorry, 16 in total.
16 in total. Okay, that's not quite good enough. So you don't manage. You manage to avoid the brunt of it, but there's a load of sort of loose rocks as they bounce down the side of the cliff and cover over the road. They actually bounce up into the bed, the flat bed of the truck. They hit Glacker, who's currently entangled in this webbing, and Glacker is knocked unconscious by a large rock that strikes off of his temple. Vec, can you make me reflex saving throw, please? Right, so you take 4 points of damage as you're also struck by rocks, but you do manage to avoid the bulk of it. Unfortunately, the other hobgoblin that's in the bed of your truck, I rolled a natural 1. So he's struck by a lot of rocks, so much so that he disappears over the side and plummets down the mountain. So that was an attack that backfired.
No, Glarka!
Oh,
So Glucker is unconscious in the back of the truck, and the hobgoblin that was there, that descended from the helicopter, has now been swept aside by these loose rocks. So Cowboy and Vec, you no longer have any hobgoblins on your truck. Vog and Misomi, there's one left in the back of your truck, and you have the helicopter in front of you. And it's Vog, it's your go.
I'm going to do the obvious and try and get more speed and ram the helicopter.
Okay, go for it.
That is a 17.
A 17 in total.
Yes.
Okay, you do manage to just get some speed up. It's not as much as you was hoping for. It's not the force by which the helicopter hit you by any means, but it's still enough to reach there and to give it a nudge. Can you roll me 3d6, please?
Ooh. 10, 13.
Nice.
nice.
Okay, you rolled really well on damage there, so that is enough to dent the side, and because it was that side on, and you saw where Cowboy had hit it previously in that exhaust port, this one now starts billowing thick black smoke, and you also see flames start to appear in that engine casing, and it sort of almost tumbles away above you, and it starts to lose speed and starts to fall behind. You've damaged it enough now for it to be given the broken condition, and its speed is only half. So it's not going to be able to keep up with you at the pace you're currently going at. So well done, you managed to fight off that helicopter. You still have one hobgoblin in the back of your truck though, and it is Shenk's go.
And yeah, he will shoot that hobgoblin.
Go for it.
That is a 9 in total, so I'm guessing that's a miss.
No, that is a miss. That is a miss. Okay, Vec, you're up.
The helicopter that's still above us, are the ropes still down?
No, it's a new round now, so they've been brought up.
Okay. Vec's we're hobgoblin free. The truck in front of us, how far away is that?
Because that's been accelerating away from you, that's about 50 or 60 feet away now.
Okay. That's dull. 60 feet. If my drone makes a double move, can it get on the back of the truck in front? Movement speed's 30.
Yeah, I'll allow it, yeah.
Okay. The drone's going to get onto the back of the front truck with the one hobgoblin left on it.
Yeah.
And Vec is going to take... I'm going to go for a grenade at the helicopter above us.
Okay, go for it.
It's like
That
fireworks.
one, wasn't it?
It's like fireworks. You.
Was it a 1?
Pardon?
Was it a 1?
No, a 10.
Okay, all right. No.
I just really want it to happen, so I'm going to keep throwing dice.
I thought you were just about to kill everyone on that truck.
Yeah, so did I.
Actually, probably just bring the side of the mountain down.
Okay, so that's it's your go over because Glacker is unconscious. Miss Omi.
I'm going to look out front and see the helicopter that is struggling.
Well, it's now falling away behind you now because it
Oh,
was
is it?
successfully rammed out of the way. Yeah. So you have one hobgoblin in the back of your truck,
I do,
and
don't
that
I?
is it.
Oh, well, I'll just ectoplasmic him instead. Nope, not with a 10, I don't think.
No, not with a 10.
No, not with a 10, that's annoying. That's 7 points damage.
Okay.
Damn it.
Right, that is your go over, Cowboy.
Is there still a helicopter left? We've got
Yes.
One helicopter left.
One helicopter left above you
Can I shoot it?
with your pistol because it's above
Pistol
you.
or machine gun?
No, it's above you, so you have to go with pistol.
Let's go with that then. 40, it's a 16.
Yep, that is a hit. Roll damage for me, please.
1d6. I got a 3.
Okay. Yeah, it's you hit it, but pistol really doesn't have the caliber to do the damage, so unfortunately no effect. Do you want to make an engineering check, see if you can try and accelerate and catch up with Vog?
Yep. 14. That's 25.
Yeah, so you manage to coax quite a lot of speed out of it, and you do surge forward, leaving the helicopter above you slightly behind. It falls away a little bit. Okay, so with the first chopper now out of the game, that leaves only the second. The pilot, noticing that you started to accelerate away, becomes a bit desperate, realising he doesn't have any colleagues on board, and the only chance he's got to stop you is try and ram you off the road. Can you make me a piloting check?
Me?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's low. 17.
Okay, you just about managed to keep momentum going, and it was fortunate you got that extra burst of speed, because you do lose a little bit of momentum, so you sort of fall back to where you were before in terms of velocity. The helicopter dives down and just rams you in the side, so you can almost see the white of the pilot's eyes, because he's right alongside you, cockpit to cockpit.
I was thinking he might actually just fly away, but okay.
No, he's intent on stopping you. So you actually take 21 points damage.
Ooh.
Not you, the truck takes 21 points damage. Like I say, they are sturdy, but that's still quite a lot. The engine begins to whine a little bit. And so the only other action I can take is Hobgoblin in the back of the truck with you, Masomi, attacks with the lash. Armor class 8 is going to miss.
It's definitely going to miss. It's good to know that you're rolling as badly as I am.
I am rolling very badly tonight. So that's my go over. Vog and Schenk, you're up next. So Vog, sorry, at the end of that round, because at the end of round 4, you can now see the tunnel, the safety tunnel, just in front of you.
Okay, I use my pistol and shoot.
Yep.
And that's a 3. That's not going to hit. So Schenk is going to use the laser pistol.
Okay.
And that is a +5, right?
Yeah, it is, yes.
That's a 22.
That is a hit. Roll your damage for me.
Which is it's a 1d8, right?
1d8,
yes.
yeah.
And that is a 4 damage.
4 damage, okay. So another good laser strike, but not quite enough damage to finish him off. So at the end of this round, your truck is going to reach the tunnel entrance. So at the end of the round, after everybody's been, I'm going to ask you to make a piloting check, because you didn't slow down. So you're going to hit this travelling at your extra acceleration. So that piloting check is going to be needed to turn off the mountain road and go into the tunnel. Okay, Vec, you're up. So this chopper now is almost level with the bed of the truck, same elevation. You can see the Hobgoblin in the back. You can see the back of the pilot's head in front of you. What do you want to do?
Well, a sensible person would shoot him with a laser rifle. So that's what I'm going to do this time. You thought I was going to do something else.
I was going to say, well, you are a rat person with
drop a
4
grenade in the
your cheeks.
cockpit.
I know, I really, really
I'll
want
be
to.
honest, I was expecting you just to say to me, I pull all of the pins in the grenades in my mouth and basically spew them into the back of the helicopter.
That's a good idea. I'm going to do that. And if it goes wrong, it's your fault. 18.
18, yeah, that's a hit. Roll
And
your damage.
four grenades, right?
4 grenades.
8d6.
Yeah, go for it.
Jesus.
Yeah, nice. So 10, 16, 24, 30.
30 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay. You obliterate the helicopter. It obviously catches something internal, and the fuel goes, the cockpit goes, everything explodes. The splash damage from that massive explosion damages your truck in turn, just to the point where it's going to break, but not quite. You are still moving forwards, but there's going to be no way you're getting any more speed out of this.
Do we get to go a bit faster because of the explosion behind us pushing us forwards?
No, because it was an explosion at the side.
Ah, okay.
So you do manage to destroy the helicopter, at slight cost. But yeah, you are now free of danger because there's no hobgoblins, no helicopters on you at all. So
amazing.
Congratulations.
The drone on board the front vehicle attacks the last hobgoblin.
Yep, go for it.
Sorry, 1 second. 12.
That is a hit.
Yes. And it's 1d3 plus 2. So, roll 1. Sorry. Oh, 1. 1 damage. No, 5 damage. 1 damage plus 4.
5 damage. That is just enough to take that hobgoblin down. So yeah, the drone climbs up onto the back of the truck, reaches over and zaps him with the cattle prod, and he falls over the back along with the others, lifeless to the road. That's your go. Miss Omi, is there anything you want to do before we get to the end of the round? There's no hobgoblins around anymore. Choppers have been taken care of. There's just the tunnel entrance, which is coming up pretty quick.
Is it our truck that has an unconscious hobgoblin on it?
No.
As in, no. Okay. I will try and assist with piloting, but I don't think I can.
Okay. Roll me a piloting check, and we'll see whether you do or not.
8.
No.
Yeah, I thought not.
Oh,
That's
Okay.
right.
So that's the end of the round. So Vog, you need to make me your piloting check, please.
now. Okay, so my piloting is 10, so plus 10, right? So
Correct.
that is a dirty 20.
Nice. You beat the DC, and even though you're travelling at this extra speed, you manage to swing it perfectly into the tunnel entrance. And if anybody was following you, they'd have had trouble trying to steer a helicopter into that. So you're now safely up the tunnel. You have no more pursuers on the horizon from what anyone can see. We'll switch out of combat, Cowboy, so I won't make you do the roll under duress. You can slow down enough to do it without needing to make a roll. You can basically take a 10. And you head off up this covered tunnel now to the Resistance headquarters. You make contact with Anya. You see that your ship, the Boss, is already in place on a small makeshift landing pad. And you arrive to the cheers of the resistance that's been freed and resistance that was gathered there. You begin to unload the weapons.
I'll wave it as we come in.
Yeah, it's the old, getting back to the squadron headquarters after destroying the Death Star.
Is it like the end of Top Gun?
We high five, but Becky's low.
Everybody congratulates you. They unload the weapons. They're most grateful. It's going to make a huge difference, and you're led towards Anya. It's good to see you again, my friends. The plan, for what it was worth, seems to have worked. The weapons are here, and we thank you profusely. We can pay you, as we said, but only half what these weapons are worth. I hope our deal stands. We can't afford any more.
It stands. I think they might be aware of our involvement, but we'll deal with that.
Well, we intend to put these weapons to good use and force this invasion force to consider its costs again. Try and get them off this planet. As I said, we can't beat them, but maybe we can cost them enough money where they'll decide to leave.
You have a very good business brain, like they say, Anya. You're hitting them where it hurts.
The accountants rule all of us at the end of the day.
Always.
Before I go, I sneakily cheek another 4 grenades.
To make up for some of this, please feel free to take 1 crate of the weapons as you see fit. At least you'll be able to maybe use them, maybe sell them on the market, maybe make a little more for yourselves, I don't know. But they're yours. We don't need as many weapons. Unfortunately, now we have more weapons than people.
Well, maybe you can also sell some on the black market. help you get back up and running again.
We shall see. And
Thank
Volk,
you.
our thanks to you as well, and maybe there are other hobgoblins as like-minded as you, and they can swell our ranks. We will see. But for now, well, I guess you'll
One
be
can
on your
only
way.
hope.
Anya prefers you a communications pad. You see on it a credit voucher for 500,000 credits.
Mhm.
I take it you hand over ownership of the weapons and
Yes.
the key.
Yeah.
Okay, so 500,000 credits are deposited into your group account. Not as much as your paymasters were expecting,
No.
and probably not as much as your contact on Apostate is due.
Nope. No, I think that is what he's due, isn't it?
Well, we shall find out next episode.
Oh no.
So we will leave it there. I apologise for overrunning. That fight went on a little bit longer than I anticipated. So yeah, it is 12:30 here now, so we are going to wrap up. So thank you again, Clint, for
Thank you, Clint.
standing in as
Yeah,
our
thanks,
guest
man.
in at short notice. Much appreciated.
Great fun,
getting
thank
up
you.
early. Yeah, so we will be back tomorrow. Joe will be back tomorrow with Avernus, so please tune in for that. And then I'm back on Wednesday with our Q&A session with Free League, with Matthias Lilia on Coriolis. Thursday it is the penultimate Pathfinder episode, where we will try and plan our way out of the inevitable TBK that Dave's been threatening us with for the past 10 months.
Your team doesn't let you plan, Steve.
That is true.
And Starfinder will not be back next week. We've got a couple of people off, so we won't be returning until 2 weeks from today.
It's into July, I think.
Yeah, it is into July. So we'll be back then. Otherwise, see you soon. Stay safe.
See you, though.
See you later.
Bye.
Thank you.